Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to the HATMAN'S collection update. I'm, of course, the Hat Man, aka Flesh Wound Dan, aka the Cinemax sex vampire,
aka Boy Georgia.
That's fine. I'll own Boy Georgia.
I know you are,
No,
so I'm throwing it in there. You said you were going to own it.
Don't shame me. I am the king of all Georgia.
Don't worry. We'll make you a don't you want to wait. We really want to hurt your shirt. You know, there's some new shirts in our Flesh Wound store. Bet you didn't know that. Bet you know what shirt's not in there because someone hasn't bought one.
I said I'll buy one. Gay for Fahey is like,
you know, I'm gonna make the shirt. I'm gonna put it in the store for $100 until you buy another shirt, and then I'll drop the price.
Yeah, we need Gay for Fahey in time.
You can get the Maniac shirts now, the classic UEW logo shirts up. And for the first time ever, a UEW beanie. Yeah, I just put that in there because I want one.
There you go. There you go. Lots of options.
I'll start adding some more too.
Yeah.
Once Dan, but I'm not gonna. Any Dan wants are gonna be priced high. So you can all yell at Dan. Why is this Gay for Fahey shirt $100? Because Dan hasn't ordered
for Fahey.
That's what I said.
Yes, we got to collaborate on the image because there's.
Oh no, I'm just gonna make it your face.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I don't care.
We'd sell more shirts, but it doesn't make sense.
Now we're back to he's not getting his shirt. Now it's gonna be $1,000.
Well, shout out. We've had a chat going since like early this morning because you fucked up the time, Todd. We had all our UK.
You know what that means?
Yes.
Hold on. Where's our brand?
It's not as dramatic when you look for the button, but that's okay.
Well, I
still want to see it. I still want to see it.
I fucked up. I'd have mottoed. Eventually I found on it.
You'll be seeing that clip for years to come.
And that's the guy they whatever. There you go. Enjoy the chains. I wonder if that's why he got rid of ropes. He's like, these fucking ropes took my pants off. Fuck that. We're putting chains up.
Can you imagine that happens to like the Undertaker back in the day on like a dive like that? That would just be it.
It could get Awesome Kong. That's her big moment. Oh, there's a floppy titty.
We've seen that in XPW lately, haven't we?
I didn't see no Kong titties. Wow.
So I just want to say hello to all the UK people who are probably sleeping now, but shout out Mike and Indy down there in China.
Well, that tells me that means next time we can go really early.
We've done.
Well, see, here's my thing. My really late is like 5 a.m. for Dan.
Yeah.
Like if I were to do a show at midnight, that's 3 a.m. for Dan.
You know, ironically, I think like I think we've only had 2 lost episodes through glitches, and I want to say one of those was a morning stream.
Are you talking about us?
Yeah, the Red Baron movie. Remember we recorded that, and I don't remember why you lost it. But
it was in between the 2 servers, and yeah, it just became the lost episode. That's the only lost episode.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll try a morning stream at one point if it makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of tough because it's like, whose morning are we going by?
Well, we weren't streaming it live in the morning. We were just recording it.
Yeah, but I want to say we recorded that at the ungodly hour of like 9:30 a.m. Todd.
There was no way I was up at 9:30 a.m. back then.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you were still up.
Well, it could have been 9:30, 11, 12. Could have been like 3 hours later for me.
Remember, this is lockdown era, so you might have had somebody. I remember streaming still without going to bed at like 8 a.m. So there were those streams, but anyways. So guys, tonight we've got a lot of movies to show off, but I'm going to kick it off with the collectibles because obviously there's less of those. So we'll do that. So Todd,
that was
What?
I gave you your banter. You're going to collectibles. Am I out?
Oh, that's cool if you don't want to see my collectibles.
See your collectibles before I disappear.
Well, that's cool. And then you can reappear as you want.
Yes, I
That'll
need to
work.
go get food. I'm having my head.
All right. So, Todd, this I got off Etsy. And I might be a little bit addicted now because I want more of these. There's different sellers that sell different versions of it. But I got myself a critter, Todd.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Not a plush. This is solid material. The hair is real nice, and
Yeah, I've seen a few different versions. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, there's a bunch of sellers. A lot out of China, but there's some others. It's pretty good quality. Like I don't remember exactly what I spent, but I didn't spend a ton for this. They're also on Amazon too, but yeah. I thought this was
I'm over
cool.
here fighting bootleggers. Dan's over here supporting them.
It's like a
I'm just saying,
God.
I'm in the middle of fighting. The first thing it shows a goddamn bootleg. Thanks, Dan.
That's official merchandise for all I know, Todd. I don't know.
Don't plead ignorance, motherfucker, because you're the same cocksucker.
Yeah.
See, you got me going. Support the physical media.
Todd.
Buy your shit. But they're fucking with the money in my pocket. I'm going to get pissed.
Yeah, exactly. Especially fucking with a lawyer. That's like not.
I'm not even talking about that one. The other money too.
Oh, okay. I get that. That's annoying.
Sorry, I mean to rant in the middle of your collectibles. That is cool, but
rant away. Taking all the steam off the critter, all the krites. Come on. So one that I know you will approve of, and that you also got, and we did a short on it, but did get the Joe Spinell plushie.
I keep seeing people selling theirs. I kind of want to buy a second one and turn him into Maniac Spinell. Get him a little beanie and change his costume up.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, you could do that.
I could make it happen.
It kind of works.
Yeah. The hands are the only thing, but I can just make some gloves or something.
Yeah, I was going to say you could cover that with gloves. That's not a bad idea. I don't know how much the aftermarket right now.
Right now, they're selling for $80. When the people who bought them to flip them realize there's not that big of an audience, I'll get one for $40. Or they may get even more expensive. Who knows?
It's hard to tell on what does the Sinful Dwarf go for? Remember they did
I never see. That's the thing. I never really see those go up, or the Anthropophagus one.
Yeah. I was going to say there's been a handful of things.
Those that I've seen are a lot smaller and less detailed. So I think a lot of people, you included, got caught up in the hype and grabbed it. You are not one that's now like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done it. But there's a lot of people I see selling them that are like,
I didn't get the Sinful Dwarf. I didn't get Anthropophagus either.
No, I didn't either. Yeah,
it was kind of like I don't know. I kind of regret it, I guess, a little bit. Although,
damn, Cliff, that's just cold. He asked if it bleeds uncontrollably. R.I.P. Joe.
Joe's not been here that long, Ben, but I think he can handle it. So this took a long time to come.
Oh, what is it?
And I was a little bit worried about it because it just it seemed like they may have forgotten about me. But from Cinemark.
Oh yeah, you were just bringing that one up not too long ago.
Yep, I got the popcorn bucket.
His eyes light up?
Yeah, it's
okay. That's what I thought. I can tell now for sure.
You just press down and they light up. And of course, I'm not a popcorn guy, so I'm not going to use it as a popcorn bucket. But peek inside there.
I can't say anything about a popcorn bucket today.
Oh, you did?
I got yes. Don't worry, Dan. It's not for me. It's for my child. So before you start talking shit, I got him the Marvels one. It's like just a big like egg, and it's got a cat inside. Kid loves cats, so it's like a big mystery bag.
Oh, that's cool. I
got a free popcorn and drink out of it, so I was like, if they have it, I'll grab it for him because he loves cats.
Does your theater still have like that $50 Dodge Charger popcorn bucket.
They might at the orange one, but they don't at the one I normally go to.
I think they finally disappeared at mine, and I'm like, nobody's paying $50 for this thing. It was there forever.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's this theater just didn't get a lot or what. But yeah, I never saw those or the Ghostbusters one. They were immediately gone.
I don't think people going to see a movie, which, is expensive anyways, if you don't have A-list or something, I don't think they're like prepared to come in and drop $50 or $60 for a collectible.
People who are going in with the intention most of the time. Ben Grimm said, I watched the Marvels today. I kind of liked it. I mean, I did too. It was what it was. Just, it didn't feel like it needed to be part of a bigger universe. It was just about the three. It's like the first one. It's just like a comedy. It's like its own thing. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the tone's lighter. It's different, but yeah, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. So I was fine with it. I like it.
I'm waiting for the smash hit #1 at the box office.
Well, there was like 8 other people in the theater with me, but
I think they're saying around 40 million, which again, that's pretty disastrous.
Ben liked the cat stuff. Yeah. I think my kid will watch it just for the cat stuff, so maybe I'll have him watch it. So the Fleur kitty is whatever from the first movie, because I showed him that part. So
there'll be a day when there's enough time removed from all these superhero movies that I might go back and just binge some of the ones I didn't.
No, you won't.
A lot. But I may not with that, because I got to watch all the fucking TV shows too. So
that one, this is the one you didn't need to watch the secret, whatever, the Krull fucking Nick Fury one. Didn't make any difference because their relationship's basically the same. But you did, to know who Miss Marvel is, you need to watch it. But you don't, because she's like kind of gets her introduction, but like it helps on that one. But like the other one, the Nick Fury, it's like, yeah, it doesn't even need to exist in the feature canon. Like it doesn't do anything for the story.
I heard good things about WandaVision, but then I heard it just kind of down the shitter. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I know. I thought it was solid, the whole thing. I think some people were mad about the Quicksilver thing because he was, well, not that you care, because it wasn't Quicksilver. Like,
I'll forget long before I watch
it. No, it's because Quicksilver from the X-Men universe was there as her, brother, but her brother in Marvel MCU canon, it's a different person. So the fact that they brought that character in, people are excited. Then when it wasn't him, is when people got all pissy.
Does she fuck Vision in that? That might have been a funny sex scene.
No.
Disney should just start surprising people and just go like full Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 3, and just have their characters start like fucking, just like a 9.5 week style. Just like
Dan always turns everything into Dan is our Brody.
Right, Robert Downey Jr. is just pouring hot wax on Gwyneth Paltrow's nipples. Like, just go like hard. Just go hard. What up, Orc? Live from China, I see. Yeah. All right, let's show another one. All right. So this I got a pimp from Retro Crypt, which is Slasher Home Video, a friend of the show's new store, which you should check out. Help support him. I always try and drop his links on Discord, and I don't have it handy right this second, but I'll post it by the end of the night as the chat picks up. But I did get the Bloodbath Art the Clown action figure from him. I like the packaging on this with the hat too.
I do too. And you've gone against your own rule, Dan.
What rule did I go against?
How did you get that?
How did I get it?
It was mailed to you.
It was. Well, for Chris, of course.
I know. And
that packaged very well. Not a flaw on it.
Looks perfect. That's what I'm saying. I know you're always really weird about the action figures. That's what I'm saying. See? Yeah.
And if it wasn't, I would have been very polite and I would have just actually have opened it. I just said fuck it. So, but it flawless.
He lied. He would have been like, "You motherfucker." They would have had a whole rant on the show. I'm telling you what happened.
Well, retro. I don't have to rant because Retro Crypt.
I have to check it out because I have been buying a few more collectibles, so I'll have to check them out and see what anything catches my eye.
Oh yeah, it's got a lot of Boglins up and a lot of.
I got
cool
my OG
stuff.
one right there.
Oh,
nice. I've never. It's been sitting here. I've never showed it to you when you're here. It's like right in front of me.
I don't have any of those. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be tempted and grab it. I know Jay got one from him. Right. You'll approve of this. This I got at Second and Charles, so I got to buy it in store. The 20th anniversary Captain Spaulding House of a Thousand Corpses.
He's one I definitely want. This is the style of packaging I like.
Yeah, hang it right on the wall.
Well, no, I don't care about the hook. I'm just saying I hate the ones that have the packaging, but the front is covered. I want to see the figure.
Oh yeah. No, that's true.
If you look at all my figures like that closed style are all that style box. I won't buy them if they have a door flap.
You can kind of sort of see, well, not well, but like.
No, I see the ones you have in the back. It just looks like I've seen those, and that's why I don't like the way they look, because you just see. I see the cover of the thing, and then what is it? Trick or Treat.
The flap thing, yeah, I agree. That's kind of a pain in the ass. But
there's a nice closed Michael Myers one from Halloween, but the only one that doesn't have the open thing is 2018. Which one, the Myers looks fine for 2018. I like the look of the mask and everything. It's like for the first one, it's still complete, but I haven't.
Yeah. So I think these are good looking. I got a couple more. Shout out, Jess Graham.
Oh, I did just get my Halloween 3 one though.
Oh, nice. I've got because I have one to show off. I've got a couple more coming, but which Halloween 3 thing is this now? Because there's
a bunch. Just to grab me's right there.
Yeah, go for it. I did get the Trick or Treaters pack a while back. I think I probably showed that on a Hatman.
Yeah, I want to get him next. They Target has them really cheap for the. Did you get the Toonie Terrors or the other ones?
I didn't get the two. No, I didn't get the Toonie Terrors.
Are they clothed or not clothed?
It's that big box. I
know the one.
Yeah.
There's two different ones, but that's the two I'm going between. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, this doesn't work when I do that. I just gotta do this.
Well, while he's getting that, I'll show this off. Now, there's like 3 different versions of this, but this is the one that they had in store for Second and Charles, and this is the Elvira. This is like the red dress version, the Red Fright and Boo action figure. I was actually pleasantly surprised that they had this in store. I'm gonna try and get the other ones. I think they were sold out on horror merch and Trick or Treat, but it's looking pretty hot there in a red dress. You can kind of see the accessories that she's got in the box. Yeah, I know you made an exception on an Elvira.
I didn't. What was my exception?
Well, I know you don't like buy every action figure.
I don't. Well, no, yes, and that one I felt justified because I sold a different one, and I bring mine down too, but mine's kind of a whore. Her titties hanging out.
That's okay. Her titties are kind of sort out.
But no, like one's like fully exposed. I didn't notice it right away. But here is my Silver Shamrock Tom Atkins signed cup holder or coaster.
Nice. Very cool.
And since I didn't get him at the convention because I'm not allowed to go, thanks, Pugs. No, I'm kidding. There he is.
Nice. I did not get that.
He pretty much sold out immediately when they put him on the website.
Yeah, I think I just didn't have the money at that moment, and I was just like, fuck it. It's not meant to be.
And the thing about it is, I already have the other one, so it's basically just a different costume. But it's even got the little Miller Lite. Yeah, it should be a 6-pack though. I want to put it on the phone booth, but yeah. So
where's his like 18-year-old girlfriends?
Between, you know what, I wouldn't want to be Elvira right now because she's gonna be stuck between two Tom Atkins. They got Night of the Creeps up there too.
There you go.
Oh, we got Adrienne Barbeau up there too. Okay, they'll be fine.
I know it's something that I can't ever like guarantee or confirm, but Tom Atkins has to have a free mustache ride shirt. Like you just know he owns it and it's in his closet.
I'm sure someone's giving him one. We'll go with that.
Absolutely. Oh, and one more before you go eat.
Yes.
Because it's the last collectible before I get into the movies. So some of these are going out of print, and I got this off Trick or Treat, the zombie bust, which this one does have a little bit of corner stuff on it, but whatever.
Well, you're taking him out though, right? Are you on this one?
This one I might.
Well, I mean, it's a bust. Like, I mean, that's one thing. Like, if I bought it, I'd want it out. Like, it's The
truth be told, a lot of these busts, like, you could put it back in the box, and not that I'd be dishonest or anything, but yeah, you can kind of see what it looks like there. I have a House by the Cemetery one coming, and depending how long they last, I might grab a few more off Trick or Treat.
I know I'm like,
these are going.
Yeah, I know. I'm breaking my own toy rules because I bought that entire line of Bright Rags plastic meatballs Halloween figures. I only have 2 of them so far. The other 4 are shipped. But now that
is that what's gonna happen to all of us? Like when physical media goes down,
yeah,
like we're just gonna like
toys.
Fucking toys. Yes. You're just gonna have like some YouTubers. They need slipcovers. They need slipcovers.
Well, Dan already won't take his slipcover off his bust. All right.
Well, I will say though, the one plus of taking that out of the box is that doesn't take up too much space. So there's that. I've got a lot of action figures, but I don't buy everything. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. So
yeah, I'm trying to not be, but I'm super into the Super 7 figures, the reactions, like the old school Star Wars G.I. Joe size ones with that style of package.
Yeah, I get that. I've got some of those. I don't grab everything.
Well, right now I only have Hitchcock for Super 7. Hitchcock, 2 Toxic Avengers or 3 Toxic Avengers, I think. I haven't got a lot. Yeah, maybe another 1 or 2. Oh no, I do have I don't know. I probably got like 5 reaction figures.
I know right now on Retro Crypt, Chris has some Toxic Avenger stuff. I know he has the Toxic Crusaders tin sign. I know that was in stock last I looked. So yeah, buy from Slasher Home Video.
I don't have the tin yet. I don't necessarily need it signed, but I'll go check it out.
There you go. It's like a tin.
I'm not gonna. No, I know the one. It's the Trick or Treat. Let's clean up. It's got talk. Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah. If Chris has it in stock, you might as well order from him. So
if he has the Tromaville sign, I need a second one.
Yeah, I also bought that Halloween 3 wallet. I needed a new wallet.
I know. I kept eyeing that too, but I was like, "Fuck, everyone's gonna have it." There we go.
Yeah, I needed it, and I was like,
"I get it.
I need a wallet anyways, so fuck it."
I know. I wanted to buy all that shit.
I think I had like my old one, which is still fine. Like it's a Walking Dead wallet, but like the entire front has been like just. Like the look, yeah, it's like it's all like just faded now. So,
all right, Dan, my question before I disappear.
Yes.
How long you think you're going to be?
The clock technically starts now.
Okay, from this moment now.
Because we were talking, and I wasn't.
Okay, don't justify the answer my question. A couple hours.
I think it's not going to be more than that. I really
just let me know. I'll jump back in. I'm just got a
It
trip.
depends on the chat more than me.
I don't even think I've talked about my trip on any of the shows because everything's been taped. But yeah, so with my trip tomorrow or the next day, I got a lot of shit to do. So, and I got shit to watch for our show. So,
yeah,
that's the night.
yeah.
All right.
Be sure if you guys didn't catch the Visual Vengeance show, that is up. And yeah,
just
Later,
text me or
Todd.
whatever. All right, bye.
I'll hit you up. Go get some food. You got plenty of time to eat. All right, so riding solo now, guys. All right, so let's show off some movies. Got some Blu-rays, some 4Ks, not a ton of DVDs actually. Dollar Tree's been a little bit more scarce as far as like some of the stuff they're putting out, but I do have some DVDs too. But we'll just take it row by row and show off some stuff. All right. So first off, once again, I literally had to drag in a shelf. That makes this a lot easier when showing these off. But all right. Just looking for something in particular, but I don't see it, so that's fine. These won't be in any kind of order. So we did review these two. So you want to go and check out our previous Visual Vengeance review, and we posted a new one last night, I believe. But I did get The Abomination from Visual Vengeance. Once again, just such cool artwork. And I love that they've really been thinking out what they've put on this label. They're all unique in their own ways, and I didn't feel like anything was just like, fuck it, let's throw it on the label, which I kind of like from them. And you can check out our Abomination review. Also gotta love this art. Replicator. You can see there. Sexy Gator. Check out our review of these. What have you guys picked up recently? I know, well, there's so many Twitter groups for collecting that I'm in. So some of you, I probably know what you've picked up, but feel free to weigh in if there's anything that I should look into and check out. All right. All right. We'll show these. Trying to do themes the best I can, but like I said, we'll be all over the place. So I've been glad I didn't pull that one up right away. Got to cover some tits on these. So I've been picking up the Indicator 4Ks of Jean Rollins' work, which make sure I'm covered here. Got Night of the Hunted. I wanted to have a Gene Roland night for Halloween, and I didn't get to it. I wanted to dive into these, and I haven't yet, but I have heard really great transfers of the films and tons and tons of extras. I had all the Redemption Blu-rays, but these are well worth picking up. And Lips of Blood. I love Lips of Blood. Grab that as well. I think they're essentially putting out all of his films, it seems, on 4K. The only one I don't have yet is Two Orphan Vampires from later in his career. Yeah, man, Visual Vengeance, I have to put them over huge because reasonably priced, tons of extras, great artwork, extras. What else could you possibly want from them? And I love this movie so much. Brigitte Lahaye, I have an autograph from her from this film. And yeah, we're boob free. Fascination. And she has there's actually a really good book out on her career. Brigitte Lahaye from I think you can still get it off Severin. It's a big book. And last but not least, oh, is cartoon boobs okay? I don't know. Maybe not. So I'll cover them anyways. So we have the grape of the vampire, also from Roland. A big fan. If you like erotic vampire films, really well made erotic vampire films, uh, check out this one. And like I said, the only one I don't have is Two Orphan Vampires, but I'll be remedying that shortly. And I think I don't know if they've announced anything new for this line. Like I said, I'm just kind of assuming that they have everything, but maybe not. We'll see. All right. Let's do some Scream Team releasing titles that I've picked up recently. Get these down here. All right. So I think this might be their newest film or one of their newer films. It is Heebie GB TV. And this seems to be kind of in the vein of the WNUF Halloween special. At least that's kind of how it seemed to be promoted. And is that how you say it? Heebie GB, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, Heebie GB TV is the name of this. If you're a fan of the WNUF Halloween special, it certainly looked interesting, kind of caters to 90s nostalgia in particular. And wish I would have gotten it in time to watch it for Halloween, but at some point we may tackle this one. Maybe we'll tackle it next year. I don't know. Has anybody seen this? Because I don't know a whole lot about it. Ben Grimm. Well, there you go. I'll show that one next because you picked it up too. Also, Scream Team seems to specialize in Halloween set indie horror movies. I also got The Pumpkin Man. Really cool artwork. Some of their movies, like, they can be hit or miss. There's some that I think might be a little bit overrated, but I kind of like what they're doing. They also kind of, I don't want to say choosy necessarily, but they try and put out stuff that fits a theme. And there's a lot of indie Halloween set horror movies from them. Really cool artwork also on the back as well. Ben, you did watch Heebie Jeebie, like a 90s version of WNUF. Okay, that's awesome. Actually, I'm extra disappointed that I didn't get it in for Halloween, but there's never a bad time for those movies, so I'll get to it soon. This one I know, it's a horror anthology. I know Brink Stevens is in it. I think she might be the big name, but I know this one had some decent reviews. Beneath the Old Dark House. Once again, Scream Team releasing, always cool cover art. And got some creepy dolls, some scantily clad Scream Queens on the back. So I'm kind of excited to check this one out. Once again, Beneath the Old Dark House. And I was a little bit behind on a lot of their stuff, to be honest. There's still actually some stuff up there that I need. So I actually didn't own these, and I don't know why, because I like the films. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say Halloween classics. I know Kruger's a huge fan of them. But I was like, I don't have them. Might as well pick them up for Halloween season. And this one, The Barn, this one's actually the horror pack edition. Although I do like I think it's alternate cover art though too. So I thought that was really cool. I like this movie. I don't know if I'm as far as to say a Halloween classic, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. I need to revisit it. We reviewed it probably a few years ago. And that's the horror pack version. So I think on the Scream Team releasing website, it'll be slightly different. All right. Up next, of course, which I have not watched yet. Or at least I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we reviewed it for some reason, but I got The Barn Part 2. Pretty much all of these are on Amazon as well. I think Scream Team releasing uh, well, Pumpkin Man is not. So I think there's a small window where you can only get it off of their website, but yeah, there you go. Barn Part 2. And I'll grab a few more. All right. All right. So I don't know if I should. Well, I'll go ahead and just because I've alluded to this story before and I couldn't place the director that, that did it way back in the day. But the movie is Proxy and from IFC. This has been out a while. I did not have the Blu-ray. So it was a used pickup at Second and Charles. So I don't think it was this movie in particular. I could be wrong on the movie, but Zach Parker was kind of a dick to my co-host Melissa at the time, who didn't give a bad review to one of his movies, but it was somewhat critical. And then it was kind of weird because he messaged me and said some not kind things about her. So that, yeah, I've mentioned that story. I can never remember the director, but yeah, Zach Parker, who is talented. I just, he kind of had a stick up his ass, I guess. But that was forever ago. Maybe he's chilled out a little bit, that he's had some success. Yeah, Ben, she's always Diana Prince to me, though. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get used to just calling her Darcy. Cliff, House 2, the second story, the best title for a sequel ever. What would be the best sequel title? I mean, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo is one that sticks in a lot of people's heads. So it's actually a decent little ghost story. I will say one of the dumber ones is Haunting in Connecticut 2 Ghosts of Georgia, which is a totally standalone thing, really. And I don't know, it's kind of contradictory. It's got nothing to do with Connecticut. I don't know. That's one thing off the top of my head. So this next one is actually an MOD. And I like the film. I actually forgot that I had pre-ordered it on Amazon, but I wanted it anyways. It Lives Inside. We reviewed this one just recently, so you can go check out our review. I like the movie. Not quite the classic I was hoping for. Maybe a little bit overhyped, neon and everything. But I had a lot of fun with it. This is an MOD, though. But it looks good. At least, if you're going to have MODs, don't have, Blu-ray disc on the top of it. If we can get away from that, I understand maybe we'll get to the point where some stuff is going to be BDR or whatever. But don't have, fucking Blu-ray, especially if I'm ordering it directly from Amazon. Give me a plain, regular fucking Blu-ray case. And I'm happy. I understand. Ben Grimm, Medieval Dead would have been the best sequel title. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I would have been curious to see what they would have done there. But still pretty happy where we went with Evil Dead. Still one of the stronger franchises. What up, Punisher Batman fan? How are you doing? You missed some collectibles and some movies, but we still got a lot of movies to show off. So good to see you. Also, I will throw it out. I mentioned it, I think, on one show, but Big T, if you're out there, we miss you. We haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's okay. If you're still listening, watching, you'll have to give us a shout out because we haven't seen you anywhere in a while. So we miss you, man. What do we got next? We did this on Slashmas maybe a couple years ago. And TerraVision Films put out a Blu-ray of Santa Claus with the beautiful, talented Debbie Rochon. And I've got like 4 orders of stuff I'm waiting for to come in from TerraVision. I'm hoping they they get moving a little faster. I have Michael Keane's The Head pre-ordered, which looks absolutely bonkers. Really looking forward to checking that out. And that one I think we will review. We'll have a TerraVision show at some point. It's just a lot of stuff just hasn't come in yet. And that's the inner arts there. It's not really showing her tit there, but it's like a Christmas light almost makes it look like it's a nipple. So just erring on the side of caution. Yeah, Punisher, Debbie is genuinely a sweet person too. Like I saw her, not exaggerating, maybe 50 to 60 different conventions. I used to go to like a lot of the Fangoria Weekend of Horrors and the Fangoria radio era with Dee Schneider, and she was always a sweetheart. Not just a scream queen, like she can really fucking act her ass off. I always say check out some of the work she did for Ivan Zuccone. She's amazing. Great comedic actress. She can do everything, and really, really sweet lady. Lauren on his channel actually has an interview with her if you haven't checked that out yet. So up next. A while back, I think we talked about the documentary they put out on Wave Productions, which was kind of a company that would like make a horror movie for you if you paid enough. And this, I had an inkling that this was going to sell out. And I'm sorry because there's a little borderline boobage on it, so I got to cover it up. But this is a double feature of Hayride Slaughter and Halloween Horrors. One of the movies, I believe, from the 90s and one from the 2000s. And I just had a feeling with the slipcover. I'm like, I think this is going to sell out quick. So I said, fuck it. And I ordered this, and it did. This sold out exceptionally fast off the Vinegar Syndrome website, and same artwork inside. One Halloween Horrors is from 1992, and Hayride Slaughter is from 2001. And I know Wave staple Tina Kraus, who was also a Seduction Cinema staple as well. She's in one of the movies, the 2001 movie, obviously. Did not get this in for Halloween. I think it was one of the several movies we talked about doing, but we just ran out of time with all our other content. Did anybody else grab that? All right, let's see. Grab another pile without hopefully knocking everything down. All right. We got some heavy hitters in this stack. Cult film that I love very much. Also grabbed it from AGFA, one of the Vinegar Syndrome partners. This movie, at some point, we're going to review it. I've talked about doing it. Maybe this holiday season we will. The God Monster of Indian Flats. I used to, of course, have this from Something Weird video back in the day. This is just a really wild creature feature that I've always been very fond of. Even got the slipcover, which I don't do for a lot of partner label stuff. But yeah, this is a must-see, bad in the best possible way creature feature. And God, time flies. The 50th anniversary edition of this movie. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but if you're a fan of cheesy creature features, you got to check out The God Monster of Indian Flats from director Frederick Hobbs. And this one of legit, and I haven't gotten to dive in again yet. I'm just like caught up from the Halloween rush, but I picked up the Todd Browning Sideshow Shocker set with Freaks, the Unknown, and the Mystic from Criterion. And yeah, I mean, it's Freaks. I'm so glad that this has a wonderful, proper new edition. It was a long time coming. I mean, considering, I mean, my God, how long is, I mean, we're a fucking century we're coming up on, and Freaks just holds up perfect. Definitely one of the greatest horror films ever made. It's probably a Mount Rushmore title. And I did pick up the Best Buy Steelbook of, and this is another 50th anniversary release of the original Wicker Man. Now, this is an absolutely gorgeous steelbook. I haven't opened it up yet. But yeah, got this. Well, the Best Buy exclusives, one of the last for Wicker Man. Yeah, this Wicker Man's another one. There've been a lot of heavy hitters that have had new releases, or in some cases, first time releases lately on Blu-ray or 4K, and yeah, I'm so happy to have Wicker Man on 4K, one of my all-time favorites. Actually, Christopher Lee's personal favorite. And Punisher has interacted with Debbie on Twitter a bit, and she's very sweet. Yeah, she is. She really is. There's multiple stories. Some of them are private, but like where she's reached out to people going through hard times and not even being asked. Like she's a really nice lady and should always support her stuff. She's great. I feel like I don't see her in as much stuff anymore, at least lately for some reason, and I think that's kind of sad because yeah, she's a sweetheart and super talented. Cliff, I have an online copy of the Freak screenplay. It's interesting to see how scripts were written back then. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Todd Browning, obviously, never had the chance to meet him, but we had a discussion, I think me and Lauren or something at one point about like, what dead celebrity or notable famous person would you like want to sit down and have dinner with and pick their brain. Todd Browning would definitely be up there. And speaking of which, we have another Todd Browning production here. This is Mark of the Vampire. I actually just ordered Devil Doll, but the new Blu-ray of that, but that hasn't come in yet. So Todd Browning being well represented on Blu-ray lately. I'm glad to see it. Classic, Bela Lugosi classic, and a really fun movie. I won't say too much about it if you've never watched Mark of the Vampire, because I know a lot of people probably haven't necessarily with this movie, but check it out. Have a Todd Browning night. So this one, I'm a big fan of 70s satanic panic type movies. I've always had a thing for that. And a lot of the TV movies as well, because a lot of them were. And I don't know, some of them aren't great, but there's just a certain charm about them that I really like. Of course, Devil's Reign is one of the more famous ones. But I've always been a big fan of this particular movie, and that is Brotherhood of Satan. I had this on a double feature Blu-ray, and this has been out a little while, and I just hadn't grabbed it, and I was like, you know what? I love Brotherhood of Satan, so I'm just going to go ahead and order the Arrow Video Blu-ray of the film. And Cliff, I think you'd enjoy this one. LQ Jones, Strover Martin. I don't know if you've ever actually watched it, but yeah, Brotherhood of Satan. Well worth the upgrade, in my opinion. Another upgrade, I had it on Blu-ray, and this has been out a good long while, but I just finally caved. I found a used copy, and it got it fairly cheap. And this one is Bloody Birthday. Love Bloody Birthday. And you can never go wrong with Arrow. They're usually worth the upgrade. There've been a few things. I still need to upgrade, I think, the Baby. I don't think I have the Arrow version of it yet. So been keeping my eyes out for a used copy. Oh, nice, Cliff. Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'm sure Brotherhood of Satan's probably on Tubi or something. I don't know if you like those films in particular, but yeah. So capitalizing on The Beast, the notorious Italian sexploitation film, The Beast in Space. A little less controversial than The Beast. I got this off of, well, not the Vinegar Syndrome website, but Melusine, the spinoff site. I've basically been banking my points and using those to buy the adult stuff that's no longer allowed on Vinegar Syndrome's main website. Yeah, we're free on the back. So yeah, The Beast in Space. Check that out. I should say, like, with these videos, if you watch something that I showed off and like to give your opinion on it, please do in the comments. I know my update videos are a lot longer than most YouTubers, but yeah, do it a little different. Okay, so I people know about my Jess Franco obsession. I've long just been obsessed with watching everything that he did, which is tough because over 200 movies that this guy directed. But another obsession that I have is the Finleys, specifically Roberta Finley, who's still with us. She's fascinating, but her early start with Michael Finley, and this is the notorious Grindhouse staple, The Flesh trilogy: Touch of Her Flesh, Curse of Her Flesh, and The Kiss of Her Flesh. And I actually run a Facebook group dedicated to the Finleys. Now this is early, like 60s sexploitation. It's very interesting. I mean, in all honesty, maybe we'll do a show on the Finleys at some point. Roberta in particular is pretty well known for other stuff. The Tenement is a great Grindhouse action movie that she did. If you're a fan of Grindhouse films, I highly recommend you check out The Tenement. Some of her horror output, you know, some people shit on it a little bit, but she's a really interesting lady. And she was doing also hardcore features at a time where there really weren't a lot of women doing that. So much like a Doris Wishman, Roberta Finley is just a really interesting person, and I've enjoyed seeing a lot of her stuff come out on Blu-ray. And she's also, this is back when she was acting too, and she has some spicy stuff in here. So if you like early sexploitation, this oddly enough is on I believe it's on the main Vinegar Syndrome website and Melusine, which is odd. Now it's not XXX, so, but I've noticed even some I'll have to look again because there was some non-triple X stuff that had migrated over to Melusine too. So, yeah. Keep an eye out. At some point, if we can fit it in, I'd like to do something on Roberta Findlay. A lot of people think with the Findlays, they think Snuff, the notorious Snuff, which is just not a very good movie. The story behind it, though, has always been fascinating. Let's see. All right, moving on. Grabbing another pile. Bear with me. Grab a bigger pile so I don't have to keep reaching. All right. So next up, this actually just came in yesterday. It's kind of delayed for some reason. It was supposed to be out a while ago, but I did get the 4K edition of Cujo, which I haven't sat down and actually watched in probably a good 6 or 7 years. So I'm kind of due a rewatch of Cujo, and I'm sure Kino has probably done a great job with the new 4K. Everybody's seen Cujo. I had the double feature Blu-ray of Carrie and the Rage Carrie 2, but I did upgrade Carrie as well to 4K in the Steelbook edition here of Carrie. What's your guys' favorite Stephen King adaptation in the chat? I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I should say your favorite that isn't like a household name. Take a few things out of the the equation there. Lesser talked about King. What's up, Dirk? How are you doing, sir? So special features on the Cujo 4K. You get the director commentaries from 2007 and 2013. There's also an audio commentary by Lee Gambin, author of Nope, Nothing Wrong Here, The Making of Cujo. So 3 commentaries. You also get Cujo Revisited, a roundtable with Dee and the cast and director. Dog Days, The Making of Cujo, and interviews with Dee Wallace, the composer, stuntman Gary Morgan, stuntwoman Jean Coulter, the casting director, the visual artists, special effects designer. It's pretty stacked. I don't think anything new, though, as far as the extras. I think I'd have to go back and look, but I think a lot of it might be kind of ported over. But nonetheless, there's a lot on there. I look forward to checking it out again. Because like I said, Cujo has been a minute. Dirk is a fan of Thinner. Okay. I liked Thinner. It's kind of a tough adaptation. A lot of the Stephen King shorts, there's some that probably shouldn't been expanded to feature length. I will say I love Kari Wurr in that film. In fact, it's not on the wall you can see, but that's my 8x10 is Kari Wurr giving the finger from Thinner. That's another awesome lady, by the way, if you ever get a chance to meet her at a convention. Also, what can be said, of course, an essential. I picked up The Exorcist on 4K. Had to get that bad taste in my mouth from Believer out. So yes, however many shitty attempts at a sequel or reboot or whatever that we get, we always have the OG. And you gotta love The Exorcist. This one is, I believe, Korean zombie film, Gangnam Zombie. I think, was this from Welgo? Yeah, Welgo. Another one maybe we'll review at some point, especially now that the October rush has kind of come to an end. Cliff Booth, Lawnmower Man, because he's gay he for Fahey. I don't know that you can really count Lawnmower Man. That had nothing to do with Stephen King. But I loved Lawnmower Man. I was actually quite obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. And I still enjoy it. Punisher Batman fan, Maximum Overdrive. I've heard rumblings about another attempt of a remake. I don't know where that stands. Shit, we didn't even really get to report on it, but the actors strike is over, so hopefully a lot of stuff that they've been sitting on, they'll kind of rush back to production here shortly. Reviewed this one just recently, so you can check out the review, but I picked up Shrigala from TerraVision Films. If you're a Friday the 13th fan, go check out that review that we did. I think within the last like few months or so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Grab that. I have found with TerraVision though, like I don't know, like some of the I try and order off of their website, and you know everything that they've sent has come perfectly fine, no issues with that. But been waiting for a few orders. Like I still haven't got my American Nightmare, and I've noticed that's already like out in the wild now, different retailers. So there's a few. I don't know. I'm not sure what's holding it up. I might have ordered that with Malum though, and that could be holding it up. Because I don't know if anybody has their Malum 4K in hand yet. All right. Another upgrade. I had the Code Red Blu-ray, but I upgraded Messiah of Evil, the new Radiance release, which is pretty stacked. It's kind of a cool looking Blu-ray as well, and there is a lot of stuff on here. There's a Kim Newman, Stephen Thrower commentary track, new documentary, and yeah, I know this one's supposed to be limited edition. A lot of this stuff doesn't seem to be selling out though particularly fast, but yeah, Messiah of Evil, it's a classic. Probably one a lot of you have owned on some of the cheap budget multi-movie sets back in the day. That's how I know a lot of people saw it for the first time. Punisher, have I seen the Korean film The Wailing? The 4K pre-order is up for $17. Abso-fucking-lutely, I recommend The Wailing. It is a long movie, but it is a fantastic goddamn movie, and $17, yeah. It's a longer one, but you know, I never find that an issue when you're at home. So it's fantastic. I highly recommend The Wailing. I'm getting the 4K as well, actually. I'm glad you mentioned because I think that's a price drop from when I last looked. So I'll have to lock mine in as well. Yeah, let me know what you think of The Wailing, Punisher. I don't think you'll be sorry. All right. Oh, so I should say region free. We're going to have a new episode on the 13th, which I believe is Monday. Yeah, I think Monday. And we have one topic, sex in horror. And I might talk about this movie, actually, because I'm a big fan of it. And I picked up the Unearthed Films Blu-ray of it, Dead Girl. So this one really blew my mind when I first saw it. It's actually from a script from Trent Haga, and he, at the time, I think it was the producers or whoever approached him, and they were like just kind of looking for scripts. He had a bunch of scripts, and they came across a pile that one of the guys, I think, like started to go through, and he's like, "Oh, no, not those." And I was like, "Why?" And it's like, those are just stuff that would never actually get made. And they looked anyways, and they came across Dead Girl, which, if you don't know the premise, is sort of a group of guys. I can't remember if they're high school students or college student or whatever. Well, it wouldn't be college. That kind of live in this like small town that's just kind of falling apart, really depressing, and they come across a dead girl or a living zombie in a I can't remember if it was a cave or something, and they do bad things to her. Let's put it that way. So I might talk about it. Ben Grimm, dead girl is gross. Would you? So Jenny Spain is not gross. So yeah, but well, if there were consent, I might be in. Not after those guys go though. I'm not no sloppy zombie seconds for me. So yeah. I might talk about this one. I got to figure out what I'm doing for region free. And I was like, sex in horror kind of makes sense talking about Dead Girl. And Unearthed is absolutely stacked this one too. So I know a lot of times the Unearthed stuff when it first comes out, sometimes it's a little bit higher, but I will say it's worth the price. I know I've been picking up the August Underground re-releases that they put out, which those also have a ton of new extras, and I'm curious to revisit those because I'm not like a die-hard August Underground fan, but it's also been a long time, so I kind of wanted to sit down, watch them again. And I think we probably will have a show once all three are out. I know Kruger's down, so it's on the pipeline. But yeah, if you haven't seen Dead Girl's a trip. I guess you can label it as extreme horror. It's more of an upsetting premise. I mean, it's definitely an R-rated movie, lots of gore and what have you. But really, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dead Girl. What do we got next here? Oh, Cliff, they are playing Messiah of Evil at the New Beverly tomorrow, a new print too. Well, I'm sure that's the print. Yeah, I assume you've checked out Messiah of Evil. That's one I know a lot of people have seen because again, it was on so many like budget sets with Night of the Living Dead and everything back in the day. One that I upgraded to 4K because I got a good price on it. I've been a little bit lucky with this Scream Factory 4Ks because I haven't been buying them on street, but I have been getting lucky getting them used, which is really strange. Maybe it's just my area, but upgraded People Under the Stairs to 4K. You've all seen People Under the Stairs, so not going to run down the story there. What's up, Indy? Yeah, sorry. I know you and Mike, the Real Fifth Beatle, were because we had that error earlier, and this was going to be a 10:30 a.m. show. So sorry you guys had to wait. But glad to see you jumping on for the lunch break. We've already shown off a bunch, but we still got a bunch left. No 4K player yet. Yeah. I wish I could bank a few more. The 4K players are still too expensive to bank them, but I don't know. It depends. A lot of people ask me, are like, is it worth it me getting a 4K player? And if you're really hardcore like me, yes, but well, absolutely. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when the normies ask me because I'm like, you probably don't need a 4K player. You saw People Under the Stairs theatrically. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll do another morning stream at some point. It's just hard again because, East Coast, West Coast, so it's not really. I mean, if I do a morning East Coast stream, it's, kind of impossible with Todd. All right, another one you've all heard of. I had to pick it up with all the alien stuff going on. Fire in the Sky. Classic, great film. I got, probably a year ago now, I got Communion on Blu-ray, the new Blu-ray edition of that. got to double those up. I actually have a couple other UFO themed movies to show off tonight, but Fire in the Sky, all-time classic alien movie. Let's see. From Impulse Pictures, the Nikatsu line, I got the notorious Love Hunter. Some smut there. The Nikatsu line, God, they put out a lot on a little bit too much for me to cover up on the back cover there, but they put out a lot of stuff on DVD. Even I don't have everything, but there's, I think, 3 or 4 that they put out on Blu-ray, and I think I'm only missing one now, so I've been trying to keep up with them. This is just an impulse purchase. It's kind of a survival disaster movie called The Dive. I don't know a whole lot about it. My mom's a big disaster movie fan, so I saw it, grabbed it. I don't know if anybody's watched it yet. I think basically, I don't think there's any kind of horror gimmick here or anything. There's like a landslide and they get trapped in a cave, I believe, or something. I think I saw the trailer forever ago, but looked interesting. I like survival films. Oh yeah, Indy, Communion's fantastic. It gets I won't say too much about it. I mean, it gets pretty fucking wild with Christopher Walken, but that movie's pretty terrifying at the same time. Speaking of Jess Franco, this is actually the first release in the new Kino cult line, and that is Lorna the Exorcist. Sexy art there. And I think we're titty free on the back. Maybe some see-through titty. Just be safe. But yeah, this is number 1. Sorry, trying to get it to focus there. Of the new line. And I know there's a couple other things coming to this line as well, but I'm a Jess Franco fan. I have anything Jess Franco, whether it's a book, whether it's new Blu-ray or 4K or whatever, I grab it all. I absolutely love Jess Franco and Lena Romay for that matter. Ben Grimm is a fan of The Fourth Kind. Yeah, Fourth Kind's good. Dark Skies is good. Whitley Strieber, yes. That's an interesting story with Whitley Strieber. He definitely believes it. He was on Art Bell. In fact, shout out to S'mores and Doors. I'll have to ask him if he can do a compilation of some of Whitley's episodes of Art Bell, because I know he was on a bunch of times. Yes, over 200 films in the Jess Franco catalog. Another new pickup. So Grindhouse Releasing doesn't put out a lot, but when they do, it's always something really interesting. And again, just for YouTube purposes, there's no nudity, but they're weird sometimes. So picked up the Sandra Locke excuse me, need a drink. Grindhouse film, Death Game. Really cool artwork here. This is on Shudder right now, actually, if people want to check it out. Very different for Sandra. And you may not have seen this one. So I believe it is still up on Shudder if you want to check out Death Game. What up, Chris? I showed off some stuff I got from you earlier. At the very beginning, I showed off the collectibles. But once again, Retro Crypt from Chris. And he packaged it very well. This is flawless. There's no marks on it. Art the Clamp. Yeah, and the Grindhouse Releasing's weird. They might put out... I mean, I think they've gone over a year without putting something out. before. I think Def Game's their most recent release, but they really haven't. I mean, fuck, what, maybe 6 or 7 titles on that line? Yeah. Yeah, Knock Knock was a kind of sort of remake of Def Game. And you're welcome, Chris. Check out Retro Crypt. This one I did buy new though. This one I wasn't lucky and found used, but got the Blob remake on 4K. Certainly an essential one. Like I said, with those other titles, I've been lucky because a lot of used physical media stores that are still standing, it's really hard to grab the like boutique label stuff because it just goes so fast. Like you just have to be there at the right time. But I feel like I've got at least 2, maybe 3 me's out there that just for some reason, rather than reselling on eBay, they just dump everything at these places. So I've lucked out a few times. I'm sure there's a lot that I just missed out on because I wasn't there at the right time. Yeah, free pizza. I'm surprised you hated Knock Knock, Chris, but you might like Death Game. Like I said, it should still be on Shudder. I think it was added not too long ago. Yeah, Blob is a really good remake. I love the original, but it stands right up there with it. Impulse, most recent release from Grindhouse. You might be right. Yeah. Yeah. Also, unfortunately, this fucking tanked at the theater, but I did enjoy it. Last Voyage of the Demeter. Grab the Blu-ray of that one. It's a good movie. I hope a lot of people at least get to discover it on physical media or streaming, because it should be it should be experienced by more people. Pardon me while I'm kind of trying to move stuff so I can grab another stack. All right, get a variety of stuff here. So we reviewed it, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but did get the Blu-ray of the Spirit Halloween movie, which I was a fan of. Todd was a huge fan of the Spirit Halloween movie. I will say if you get this and it sounds like something's loose in there, it's not. They have like a trading card, I believe it was. You can go check out our review, though, of the Spirit Halloween movie. Why they did not have this in store at Spirit Halloween, I'll never understand. They certainly would have had impulse buys for it. I don't get why they didn't capitalize on that, but they didn't. So another, I think I went on a kick grabbing, wasn't missing a lot from Arrow Video, but I didn't pick up this winter slasher Chill Factor. It's not a great movie from my memory, but another one I got used for a good price. So I picked it up. It's one that really didn't have much of a release back in the day. In fact, I think it's a Wisconsin shot slasher, if I recall. So I figured, I'll get it in time for winter and give it a watch. Another one we reviewed, big fan of, Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama 2. Which the cover art's a little messed up on this one, actually. I was a little upset about that, but you can check out our review. This one is definitely Hatman approved and also directed by Brink Stevens, too. We got some Vinegar Syndrome. So this is a hookup from Todd, actually, because it did sell out. Blood, Guts, and Sunshine, the History of Horror, made in Florida. It's a great doc. I've seen the doc, but I kind of slept and I didn't get the doc in time. And this covers a lot of modern and old school stuff shot in the great state of Florida. A lot from our buddy Sean Donahue, of course Tim Ritter, Chris Woods, Marcus Koch. A lot of indie stuff too that gets its due in this, which I kind of like. Let's see. Indie Josh Hadley is on the extras. I have Chill Factor, Obscure, not bad. Yeah, it's one. I don't know. Maybe we'll cover it this December. I'm gonna show up this last stack, and I'm gonna take a 30-second break and run to the bathroom. Sorry, I'm only human. I got to run to the bathroom once in a while. So, from Vinegar Syndrome, we've got the British kaiju film Gorgo. This is 4K. I really like this movie a lot. I don't know what Kruger thinks about Gorgo. I'll have to ask him. And it's got that inner slip cover as well. And then you can see the inner art. And this is stacked. I'm looking forward to checking it out on 4K. Yeah, Andy, be sure to check that out. It's a good doc. It's a good doc, and I'm glad that the indies actually get some focus once in a while. So we put this one over a lot on the show. It's got to be like a top 3 doc for me. We Kill for Love, The Lost World of the Erotic Thriller. Certainly our most popular shows are erotic thriller shows. I have to double check with the number one, but we have one that's just in the thousands and thousands now, which kind of shows there is still an audience that's interested in these erotic thrillers. And Anthony, the director, just did an amazing job. When I was in California, of course, some of you that follow us on social media, we were at the premiere for this one with a lot of the legendary fixtures of the erotic thriller genre. I think I've got some photos on Instagram at Vidiots. Let's see. Indie Phantom, Shredder, and Iced are still my go-to ski slashers. We have reviews of those up. I don't know if they would have been Slashmas or Slashtober, but we have reviews for both of those. Chris is a Shredder fan. Almost watched it tonight. Yeah, I wish the weather would kind of... It's so weird here. It's like fucking winter for 3 days, then it's back to like summer. I kind of want to settle into I'm ready for winter. Just let it be cold. I'm fine with the cold. Well, thank you, Jess Grant. Yeah, Iced isn't great. It's really not. I know that's one of those movies a lot of people want for Blu-ray, and I think it's like that anticipation is grown and made that movie better than it actually is. Andy, We Kill for Love. Check it out. It is a great doc. Again, even if you're not particularly big into the erotic thriller craze. And a really weird fucking movie that I've been dying to dive into the new Blu-ray. This has been described, imagine, just from the back cover, imagine if Trauma Films had been hired to make a Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning kids show, and you'll have an idea of the unspeakable strangeness of visitors from the Arcana galaxy. This is a Croatian, I guess you would say, science fiction film. It's another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. Fuck, I already forgot the company. Scatterbrain today. Deaf Crocodile. There you go. It's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah. Check out the trailer for this one. If you like just weird gonzo science fiction, this one is crazy shit. You might like this one, Chris, if you're in the right mood for it. It's pretty crazy. Chris, embrace the fall, wear a sweater, and drink some pumpkin spice while you watch Blood Rage. Todd brought up doing a commentary for Blood Rage, and I was like, Corey, I think, is doing that. Piz does it. I think our thing is going to be. I don't want to commit to anything. I think we've got a thing, and if you've been watching us for a while, you might know what that thing may be. But yeah, I think Corey's doing a Blood Rage commentary though, so check that out. Yeah, see, like it's so weird. It did get legitimately cold for like we had a cold week, then we went back to a warm week. Like right now, it's still even at nighttime, it's windows open weather. So yeah, yeah. Oh, there you go, Chris. You figured it out. Yeah, Home Sweet Home is one we're at least talking about doing annually. I think we've done that twice, although one was like a review, so technically only one watch along. So if you guys want it, we'll see if Todd's down, but we can do another Home Sweet Home watch along. So another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label that's been hammering out the releases, Saturn's Core. I grabbed Night Chills, which I think at least the slipcover version of this one sold out fast. I can't remember if it was Brain Damage that put this one out back in the day. Not a great movie, but it was at least kind of an interesting premise for a slasher. It's an early 2000s movie. I want to say 2001, 2002. It doesn't actually say, but I've really enjoyed the Saturn's Core releases, kind of putting new eyes. Jess Graham's Iowa Mountain Christmas is in pre-production. Wow. So have you started casting for that one yet, Jess? Check out, by the way, if you haven't, the Pet Cemetery show that on cable channel 11. Might recognize my voice a few times. We should do a Hallmark style thing, actually. Oh, that's asking you to write like a totally original script, which might take a lot of time, but I don't know. We could I have some ideas. I'll have to message you offline, Jess. Ah, cold in you're in China right now, right, Indy? Are you? Well, it's definitely cold in Canada. And let's see what else we have here. More retro exploitation from AGFA and Something Weird Video. The Defilers and A Smell of Honey, A Swallow of Brine. If you collected Something Weird back in the day, you certainly at least have seen clips from the Defilers. Once again, highly recommended if you're a fan of retro early like 60s exploitation and maybe some black and white side boob to cover up, but there you go. I'm a big fan of retro exploitation, so I'm an easy mark for that stuff. Give me my people will call your people, Jess. Give me 30 seconds. You can time me. I'll be right back. Just got to run to the bathroom. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I am human. Yeah, I figured snow in Canada for sure. If you make a Hallmark movie, I need to be a background actor. It's on my bucket list. There you go, Chris. It would be kind of interesting to try. I mean, we did Christmas Carol, of course, but a little different. Yeah, that Hallmark feel. All right, some cold water. We'll get through some more movies. Oh, try not to knock down the massive side stack here. All right. So, all-time Scream Queen classic, the Scream Queen Hot Tub Party from MakeFlix. I was ecstatic when they announced this, and it was easily a day one pickup from Retro Media, and you can buy this off of MakeFlix. Some good, wholesome, spicy entertainment. All right. Sorry, got a lot of towers around me right now. Welcome back, Orc. Saw you earlier in the stream. Hope you're enjoying. Well, yeah, you might be talking like every 10 years or so in Georgia where you get any kind of real snow. We'll get like a dusting or two, but usually there's next to nothing. So I got these were some of the Vinegar Syndrome $10 titles. Picked up Knocking. Again, if we've reviewed it, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but also picked up. This is a really weird one. It's kind of a Groundhog Day type horror film. Coco Da. Another one I picked up for $10. I mean, it's pretty much pick up just about anything for $10 when Vinegar Syndrome has it. There's a lot of titles on there still that I feel they'll do that again for. Like, I mean, fuck, like off the top of my head, Massage Parlor Murders 4K. They are not moving a lot of those. I can just guarantee that's got to be like a $10 title at some point. Hopefully, I'm better than Coca-Cola work. Also, this is a science fiction film, another $10 Vinegar Syndrome partner label pickup. Minor premise. And next up, this is actually a movie that I had Todd buy. It was a Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook, I believe. And I keep, like, I think for like 2 years going back and forth there, I just always forgot to take it home. And I finally got it this time. The Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf. It's an action film. And yeah, pretty cool looking steelbook too. Just had to buy it. I never brought it home. I just kept forgetting. But I finally did this last time. Love this movie. I'm a big revenge movie buff, and if you saw our review, you kind of know. But God is a Bullet, easy pickup on Blu-ray. Such a badass fucking movie. I love this movie, and it's a pretty cheap Blu-ray. Last I looked too, if you want to check that one out. Punisher. Did I pick up anything up from Ronin? They had a lot of $5 titles. No, I didn't. I had most of the stuff I needed from them, but yeah, I mean, you can't beat that. Even with shipping, I mean, shit, that's a great deal. I think they were closing out some of their Code Red stuff, right? If I remember right. And happy holidays, indeed. Also picked up the new, keep forgetting some of that, new Blu-ray of Devonsville Terror, which is Yuli Lomel's arguably his best film. Boogeyman's a little overrated. I'd say maybe Devonsville Terror is his best film. Donald Pleasance as well. And Check that out there. What else did I get? Yeah, lots of Scorpion and Code Red titles. I figured. I think I looked and I didn't really need anything. And there's so many. There's so many things coming out. It's like sometimes the sale hits at the wrong time. You're just kind of fucked, and you have to make some hard decisions. But I don't need a lot from Code Red or Scorpion. And hell, a lot of the Code Red stuff's getting superior re-releases anyways. Indy Phantom is a fan of Tax Collector. This might be artwork of the year. It's up there. So the film is the last horror film. But check out this artwork. Maniac 2 Love to Kill. Which is awesome. This is the 4K release of the last horror film. And yeah. Check that out on the back. We did last horror film not too long ago, but I'm sure we'll probably cover the 4K at some point. Or maybe even do a watch along. Possibly. Also on 4K, the Alex de la Iglesia film Acción Mutante. I'm a big de la Iglesia fan. This is, of course, early in his run, and you can see the inner art, which I think is a little cooler. Check that out there. I'm glad to see a lot of his stuff. Day of the Beast is amazing. Pretty much everything he ever did is fantastic. Let's grab another stack. I'll grab a big stack. All right. Well, we did the watch along. We did the Ghoulie-thon, which if you haven't checked that out, check it out. Got the 4K of Ghoulies. And 2 might be separated from it somewhere here, but that'll be coming as well. And I like this one a lot, actually. And it's another MOD, I believe. Although, oddly enough, an MOD with a digital code. But Bones and All, kind of a cannibal film that, leans more into the drama side of things. I really like this one. I really, really enjoyed Bones and All. So I'm glad it at least got an MOD Blu-ray. If Hayden is watching this, Timothy Chalamet, I know he's a big Chalamet fan. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm on Letterboxd. I'm on so much shit. I just can't focus on it all. Another one. Love this one. Deadstream. I got the 4K. I think, what was this? I think a Walmart exclusive 4K for Steelbook. Or no, it's not a 4K. It's a Blu-ray. I'm sorry. My mind's on other things in the stack here. But yeah, an exclusive Steelbook Blu-ray. I believe this was Walmart. Like 90% sure. And you can check out. That's another one you can watch on Shudder. So I grabbed this one, not from Scream Team releasing directly, but it is a Scream Team releasing film. I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, a Christmas horror film. I know the author, Brian Keene, is actually a producer of this one. So I'm eager. I don't think it's one of those ones. I don't think we ever did it on. I don't think we've ever covered this one. So who knows? Maybe this coming month. Another also again lucked out 4K upgrade of Motel Hell. Everybody knows Motel Hell. There's an action figure actually coming out for Motel Hell that I think I might pre-order. I don't know if you'll be getting those on Retro Crypt, Chris, but yeah. What up, Brian Trash? How are you doing? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I know Christian, I think, had a stream earlier. I think they were actually also unboxing the Joe Spinell doll as well, or it might have been Garrett. I can't remember. I've been busy today. I'm behind on people's streams. Also, I think this was another $10 pickup. One of the few things I don't have from AGFA. Sometimes Aunt Martha does dreadful things. Which this one is from 1971, and another Florida exploitation film. And yeah, there you go from the back. Easy upgrade to 4K. I love Pumpkinhead and all this fucking nonsense about 2 being better than the original. You know who you are. It is not. No hate for 2, but the original 4K classic of Pumpkinhead. Easy upgrade. Maybe a franchise show at some point. We'll see. Yeah, Orc, I know you're excited for Thanksgiving. We'll be reviewing that. I guess it's not next week, but the following week. I'm actually going to see It's a Wonderful Knife tomorrow. So we'll be reviewing that one on Wednesday. So I think hopefully there's a lot of like Tubi Christmas horror things that tend to pop up too. Hopefully you'll have at least one Christmas themed horror review each week, or Thanksgiving in that case. Yeah, Chris, I know it's okay to like Pumpkinhead too, but it's not as good as the original, man. Come on, that's nonsense. So you could check out our review. This was a wild fucking movie, The Untamed. I'm not going to say a lot about it, but there's some very bizarre sex. We reviewed it some time back if you want to check out the review. But yeah, lots of not human on human sex going on in The Untamed. Let's see. We'll keep going. Picked up The Blackening on Blu-ray. You can check out our review of that one. Yeah, but the original more than 2, right, Brian? Come on. So I also got the Steelbook 4K of the original Fright Night Essential. I know that initial release of that too had like sold out there for a while. Let's see. That's my done pile. Also from TerraVision Films. This one was part of a sale too. Attack of the Killer Refrigerator. The title like that, you know it has to be in my collection. You can check that out. I don't know if this was going out of print or if it was just on sale. I know I got this one for cheap though. Also, the one that Todd sees fucking everything. So this movie has the distinction of being a film that Todd skipped because he is not a Wes Anderson guy. And this is a very Wes Anderson movie, Asteroid City. I liked it. I totally understand why some people would think this is just pretentious bullshit and they can't abide. But I don't know. There's something about it. Jeff Goldblum's role in this is really fun. Any Wes Anderson love in the chat? I know he's like, I always said it was like 50-50. People absolutely love him. People absolutely hate him. I feel like the haters have been a little louder on his last 2 films, though. Like this one in particular, I've noticed a lot of hate. Chris, yes, I think Thanksgiving's going to be a good time. I think that's right in Eli Roth's wheelhouse, anyways. So, yeah. Brian Trash talking some sense. The original Pumpkinhead is clearly the best. Let's see. Also, volume 2 of the Cardona collection from Vinegar Syndrome. And this film has Beaks the Movie, Under Siege, La Casa Cuarde de Noche, and SOS Conspiración Bikini. And I'm sure I butchered a lot of that, but there you go. Beautiful new set, volume 2, of course, Rene Cardona and his son, Exploitation Royalty, and really good inner cover art. I'm trying. It's a whole lot going on. No real boobs, but partial boob, I guess, covered up. Really great cover art on this, and a lot of clever ways to cover up the the naughty bits on this. But artwork fans, there's a lot going on here, and well, kind of the same on the inner. These are really good sets, actually. This one might be part of the Black Friday sale. Not sure. I have to double check. I try and do the math on what is and isn't included, but you never know. Sorry, I pulled these apart. What up, Hayden? Hayden says Wes Anderson is all right, but he's gotten far away from what I loved about his earlier work. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, he's always a Wes Anderson movie is a Wes Anderson movie. I always say if you could probably watch any two, and if you're not feeling it, you probably never will. Yeah. Indy's only a Bottle Rocket fan. Yeah, that's going very early on, but I think once he had like the acclaim and could pretty much just one of those guys that could just do whatever the hell he wanted. I'm a fan, but I get it. Like I said, I get the hate. I wouldn't even say I loved Asteroid City. I just had fun with it. Also, from Vinegar Syndrome, we have some exploitation double action with Amazon Jail 1 and 2. So while November's already starting to go fast because we don't have long. I think we're just about 2 weeks from the Black Friday sales. I'm glad I did the pre-order early, so I'm pretty much just picking up hopefully stuff that slipped by me that I didn't have already. And inner artwork there is the same, but there's a shot of the back. Indy, Paul Thomas Anderson lost me after Magnolia 2. Okay. Yeah, Hayden, you're due another one. It's been a couple weeks, I think. Good to see you back. It was fun being on. Still waiting on that La Piscine commentary. This is another yeah, it is an MOD for David Cronenberg's Spider, which is Cronenberg has made nothing but great, or if not great, really, really fucking good films. Spider's great. It's not quite reaching distance, but this is based on the Patrick McGrath novel as well. And Spiders, you probably like Spider, Hayden. It's one to check out. I don't know how deep you've dived into Cronenberg stuff, but you really can't go wrong. Like I said, I don't think the guy ever made a bad movie. Also, a new Halloween favorite, Cobweb. Really enjoyed this movie. It actually grew on me, I think, even more. Not totally like original, but I think it'll be a yearly watch for a lot of people for around Halloween season. It's too bad. I was looking at, like Exorcist fucking Believer and crap like that. If they put like a little marketing, there's no reason this one couldn't have blown up at the box office. Yeah, Beak's artwork is really cool. Hayden, I should actually do a Lapacine commentary. That and the Nun commentary are overdue. Yeah, overdue probably by like 3 years, 4 years, however long it's been. Oh, and also for those of you that watch the Ghoulies Thon, of course, Ghoulies 2. This one's not a 4K, this is a Blu-ray, but nonetheless a great looking Blu-ray. Ghoulies make everything better. You're having a bad day, you can put on any of the Ghoul. Well, maybe not 4, but the first 3 Ghoulies films, and it'll chase the blues away. Bog Zombie, a Spider BDR, or a stamped disc? It's an MOD. It's not BDR. Like I said, as long as you're not, and what's up, Bog Zombie? As long as I hate getting something and then it's got fucking Blu-ray disc printed on the top, and I've noticed that's kind of been stopping lately. I mean, I'll put it this way, at least if I have that, I don't want to spend like a full price for it. Like, I think you can at least stick it in a regular Blu-ray case. It's always been annoying to me. Oh, I think we got some heavy hitters probably in the next stack here. Let's see. I'm actually close enough now to just grab them as I do them. All right, so we literally just reviewed these, and if you haven't watched the video yet, you can. So I won't spend a lot of time. We show off and go through the movies, the extras. Lichen Colony from Visual Vengeance. Just reviewed these last night, and big fan of this one, Vampires and Other Stereotypes. Really ambitious for a 90s SOV film. So a lot going on here. Yeah, Hayden, you had mentioned that on Instagram that you're kind of deep diving into Full Moon. That's awesome. Full Moon and Empire. Rough day. You should put on Ghoulies. Ghoulies, yeah, Ghoulies 1 and 2. You can watch our watch along too if you want. While doing that. Yeah, Ghoulies is a good pick-me-up kind of film. Just watch those and not rush hour, god damn it. All right. Next up, I did order this. I was kind of saying I wasn't, but I did. I resisted Roadhouse, but I kind of caved and I did order Showgirls. Kind of had to. It's Showgirls. This will probably be a commentary at some point. Ignore me while I fumble to try and figure out how to open this goddamn thing. Let's see. It's so weird having to cover up like animated tits, but there's a look on the inside there for Showgirls. And let's see here. I'm sure you've seen other unboxing videos of this, so kind of go, oh shit. Everything's spilling out. Sorry. You can kind of get a look on the inside here. I think they had that replacement disc. I think that's what that was on the inside there. It also comes with the booklet. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of it, but here's the inner art there with the slip for Showgirls. It's the back. Should have been better prepared. And also the classic old school poster art there. This will be a commentary at some point. We've been talking about it forever, so keep your eyes out for that. Taking me forever to open the goddamn thing again. These boxes are cool, but they jam on you. Let's check the chat while I'm doing that. Yeah, a lot of the Visual Vengeance stuff is very ambitious. Chest span, no boobs in 4K. Fuck yeah. Indies owned every previous version. Yeah, remember the pasties set, the DVD set that had the pasties? I thought that was really cool. Orc and Hayden broke, about to be more broke during Black Friday. That's okay. That's like your last big shopping excursion for the year. Yeah, go deeper into debt. That is like a good goal. By 2024, by the end of 2024, I expect you all to be sucking dick and doing coke and just like, yeah, New Year's resolutions. Go broke, do coke, and suck some dick for money. There you go. That is the goal. That is the goal. Just walk those streets of B. Jameson Avenue and get your money. God damn it. There we go. Let's see. What didn't I grab? Oh, okay. Sorry. Working my way through. As I said before, big fan of Kelly Nichols, of course, and Roberta Findlay. Make sure, because this is from Melusine, so some of these are hardcore. Got to make sure nothing I shouldn't be showing. But Climax and Wet Dreams double feature. Roberta Findlay, Henry Picard. This one has also features, I know, Eric Edwards, Renee Summers, Sharon Kane, I know, was in these. Tish Ambrose. For those of you who remember a lot of the golden era favorites. And this also has a commentary for Climax with Roberta. She's really funny in her commentaries, because if she isn't too fond of a movie, she's not afraid to shit on her own stuff, which is always amusing. And put that one here. All right. What do we got next? Another adult double feature. Body Girls and Let's Get Physical. I've been using my Vinegar Syndrome points and buying this smut of Melusine with it. Can't go wrong with Bob Chin. Shanna McCullough, who continued to work for a long time. Beautiful, beautiful girl. And we haven't really reviewed any smut, any adult smut like this in a while. We'll have to get on that. That's good. I've been dieting, but like it's been like less strict. It's almost impossible during the holidays. So I've been doing good, but I'm not like murdering myself either. Like I need to get back to doing. I'm kind of maintaining right now. I'm not gaining, I'm not losing. So that's kind of where I'm at on the diet. Indy, yes, Herschel Savage just passed. He was hilarious. We're losing a lot of the legends. It's really sad. I know 42nd Street Pete, I think, talked about him recently a little bit. Oh, nice. So Indy, Letterboxd lets you review adult films? That's interesting. I would have figured no. I didn't get to look enough into it to see, but we got some Cauldron Film titles here, which another label, younger label, but they're putting out some great shit. I have try and get some of this here together. But I got the Notorious Frankenstein 80, which was made in 1972, so it's not Frankenstein 1980. Pick that up. Well, their biggest heavy hitter, of course, the 4K release of Gates of Hell, aka City of the Living Dead. I have a cast and crew signed poster for this one in one of my poster rooms. I mean, Lucio Fulci, all-time classic. If this is must own. This is must own if you don't have it. And check out Cauldron Films website. They've got a lot of really cool stuff. And there you go, the inner artwork there. Sure, you've seen plenty of unboxings of this one because this isn't an essential, but there you go. This is a great film. I finally upgraded the DVD. I thought I already got the Blu-ray, but I did grab Don't Deliver Us from Evil. Really good movie. I think I might have talked about this on a region free at some point. If you want to check that out. Oh, here's a great one. So I loved this movie when I was a kid. And Ben, depends on the title. No Ass Blasters 4, but if it has a semi-normal title. Okay, I got you. So a lot of the parody stuff's okay. I wonder if like Triple X is like a flag for it and they don't let you do that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, Indy. I'm going to say gape would be a trigger word, Hayden. Gape, asshole, gaping asshole. I'm going to say that's like a letterbox no. Okay, that's awesome. Good to know. So this one will be celebrating its 30th fucking anniversary next year. I saw this in a theater too. I'm getting old. Surviving the Game. Not too thrilled with the artwork on this, but I love Surviving the Game. Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, Gary Busey, F. Murray Abraham. Just a great Charles S. Dutton. Great cast. It's an Ernest Dickerson film. Came out like right before, I believe, Hard Target, but it's another Most Dangerous Game take, and I really loved it. I love the scene where Ice-T like back body drops Gary Busey into the fire, and he just goes, "Extra crispy, motherfucker." I like this movie. Oh, I really like this movie. Any fans of Surviving the Game? Let's see. Hayden, Dan, what do you think of the upcoming Vinegar Syndrome Lost Picture Show set? I might grab it if I can. I'm all in on that one. Now, there's some stuff on there that I haven't even seen because, I mean, Lost Picture Show set. And I'm excited for it. I might recommend it to you. I hate recommending things sight unseen, but yeah, I think there's stuff on there that would definitely appeal to you. I think I sent you a list on Instagram for stuff. I mean, I would focus because that won't be on sale and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So for you, I would say focus on the stuff that's going to be half off. I think I sent you a list on Instagram, but I'll send you another list of stuff you might want to look into. Yeah, Surviving the Game is a great cast. I was always Ice-T over Ice Cube. I wish we had gotten the Ice-T run. Pretty much anything with Ice Cube would have been better with Ice-T. You are welcome, Hayden. Also from Make Flicks, this is a Fred Olin Ray film. Fred Olin Ray action film, Terminal Force. They've been rushing out like a lot. I hope they put out The Tomb. That's another Fred Olin Ray film that needs a Blu-ray. And this one is a Make Flicks exclusive. Moving on, more Cauldron Films titles to show off. And this one is a great cast. Actually, I thought it was 80s. It's actually not early 90s. Action film. The Last Match. Ernest Borgnine, Henry Silva. Great artwork here. Charles Napier. I think it's pretty much the same on the inside, but like I said, don't sleep on Cauldron Films. They're putting out a lot of really good stuff. A lot of stuff that hasn't even had a proper DVD either, which that's what I really value the most, is that those movies that may not be lost, but you know, if they're not restored, you're never going to really see them in their full glory. Finally, grabbed, I think maybe the only Mario Bava movie out there that I didn't have on Blu-ray, Danger Diabolic. Classic film, just hadn't grabbed it yet. I love Danger Diabolic. I think Lauren's a big fan of this one too. Right out there. And another one, I'm a huge Franco Nero mark. I love Franco Nero, and this is just a crazy fucking movie. It's I guess you would say sci-fi action. I'm stalling because I'm checking to make sure there's no titties on this. We're titty free. We're good. Top line. Look at this artwork. I mean, nobody's really talking about this release, and it is a somewhat more obscure film, but probably some of the coolest artwork you're going to see. Look at all that shit that's going on there. Aliens, cyborgs. It's kind of a action sci-fi horror. It's a little bit of everything. And it's Franco Nero, so that automatically makes it an essential title to check out. Also, George Kennedy's in this one. Trying to remember who the girl was. Deborah Moore, William Berger. Top line. Yeah, check out Cauldron Films. I think I still need to pick up Ratman from them. Hayden, it's Cauldron Films, Cauldron Films. I don't know the exact website off the top of my head, but if you Google Cauldron Films, you can check out what they got. It's a blessing and a curse, but paying for does help. You just got to make sure not to abuse that, like I have, unfortunately. Not sucking dicks on B. Jameson Avenue bad, but at least so far. All right. Another one that I still need to open. You know it's essential. I mean, Michael York, who's great, but also Edwig Fennick and Donald Pleasance. Phantom of Death, which is the more known title. This is a Ruggiero Deodato film. Also Off Balance, the alternate title. But most people know it for the Phantom of Death title. Also Cauldron Films. Again, I like the fact that Cauldron Films is releasing some of that stuff that we've all been waiting for, at least, you know, cult movie fans, that hasn't even had like a proper DVD. So, yeah. Indy's going to look into Top Line. He loves George Kennedy oddities. You will love that film then, for sure. What else do we got here? Of course, I do Orc. All right, moving on. And Aussie, was this Umbrella? Yes, Umbrella, which is now a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome, picked up the double feature release of Night of Fear and Into the Dam, Terry Bork. And okay, well, the artwork is different on the inside. There you go, kind of the double drive-in. I like that, actually. For some of these, I wish more would do kind of the double bill posters. Really cool. I wouldn't necessarily, if you're a fan of Australian cinema, which I am, they might be essential. Maybe not essential otherwise, but I like these movies. All right, keep going. we're going to have a review for this soon, so I'm going to run through some of these fast, but the new 4K release of the Trauma favorite Mother's Day from Vinegar Syndrome. If the inside's not different, I'm not. If somebody really wants to see them, I'll open them up. But also, well, this one I actually will because there's a lot more going on the inside. The notorious Mark of the Devil. 4K also. Look at that beautiful artwork from Vinegar Syndrome. This is in the last package, and even more alternate artwork on the inner version. Got Udo Kier there. I love this release. Is amazing. I can't wait to dive in. And now, same as the outer box there. Mark of the Devil. Another essential. What more can I say about it? This movie. I fucking love this film. Blood-Sucking Freaks 4K. It was an easy upgrade. The Trauma Blu-ray version of it was fine, but thank God Vinegar Syndrome put out a definitive. There's the Incredible Torture Show alternate title there. Open this one up, and pretty much the same. Hayden, if you haven't seen Blood-Sucking Freaks, get on it. Cliff, Mark of the Devil is definitely one you're going to want to watch. I'm surprised you haven't watched that one, actually. Men of Culture, indeed. And there's the back there. Blood-Sucking Freaks. Watch it. Highly recommended. Hey, Orc, I know you're a Trauma hater, but Blood-Sucking Freaks is an early pickup, so don't let the Trauma label dissuade you. Also, from Vinegar Syndrome, this is a lenticular cover for Rabid Grannies. The previous Blu-ray of this one fucking sucked, so I'm glad Vinegar Syndrome fixed it. And there you go, more lenticular action there. Assume that's coming through okay on the video there. This is a Blu-ray. I know materials-wise, this one they just weren't going to be able to do a 4K. And you can see the inner art there for Rabid Grannies. There you go. There you go. Rabid Grannies won't be on sale, Hayden, but Orc, it's third Black Friday. It doesn't start early. It's Black Friday, Thursday. Let's see. The sucker for lenticulars. Yeah, I do like a good lenticular cover. Lost almost all this money when he heard they have Friday the 13th lenticulars. There's some stuff I won't. I'm not a guy that buys multiple versions of the movie. There's exceptions, but I try and, like I said, Cauldron Films, again, I want to focus on getting the stuff I don't have first. So I try and prioritize that. I know on our Discord, people were talking recently about, I think it was you, Ben, that might have posted it, or maybe it was you, Chris, but that Clerks trilogy set with the gas station, like that tempts me because that's really awesome. I obviously already own all three of the Clerks movies, but if it drops, I can't pay over $100 for it, but fuck, that is a cool release. All right. I'm losing my voice by the end of these, but that was pre-recording too. Can't go wrong with Cynthia Rothrock, and this is prime Cynthia Rothrock, the Magic Crystal. Her Hong Kong stuff, I mean, it's all great and highly recommended. Even her US work, I love her. There's not too much I'm going to hate on from Cynthia Rothrock. And this is a great martial arts fantasy adventure film. This was part of the last package, which was trauma heavy, except this. I'd probably recommend Magic Crystal to you, Hayden, as well. Although, again, that won't be on sale because it's new. Oh, you didn't like Clerks 3, Indy. I can kind of see why some people wouldn't. I don't know. That one, I think it was the movie it needed to be. It hit me in the feels. Not as funny as 2, I will say that, but yeah, that I really like Clerks 3. Yeah, the one that looks like the gas station, Ben. Oh my god, that is such a cool release. All right, moving on. Orc, I don't know. Were you might have been sleeping during Hayden's last stream. I can't remember. Oh, Hayden will approve of this one. Even though the straight cut is totally defeats the purpose, I did grab Irreversible. But again, that that cut of it really doesn't add anything to the movie. Who's selling Feet Pick? I don't know what's going on. Later, Punisher. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm already past how long I said I was going to be as usual. But I'm trying. There's more behind us than are ahead, at the very least. Also, picked up, just checking for tits, Trouble Every Day. Another Vincent Gallo film, very controversial in its own right. And Hayden, I assume you've seen Trouble Every Day. Big Irreversible fan. Andy, I haven't liked a lot of Kevin Smith's recent stuff. I'm not a Yoga Hosers guy. That's not really what I want to see out of Kevin Smith. And I was dreading Clerks 3, to be honest. And because I just felt like I was done with Kevin Smith. And what can I say? It was really fucking good. Oh, well, you'll want to check out Trouble Every Day then, Hayden. There's some, yeah, lumped in a lot with the Irreversible. Who put out Trouble Every Day? It was a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. I think. Yeah, Film Desk. Film Desk. I'll zoom in there for you a little bit, or try if it'll focus. But yeah, you can get it off of Vinegar Syndrome. Right. So speaking of Last Voyage of the Demeter, this is a Spanish film that actually stars the guy Javier. Why am I spacing on his name? Javier Botet, who played Dracula in Last Voyage of the Demeter. Amigo. It's a really wild movie. And he doesn't just play like creature roles too. The guy can act. Oh, Indy, you met Vincent Gallo. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm kind of figuring out some of my trips for 2024, and I should. It's been a minute since I've been to a proper film festival. Might have to look into that. Also picked up the limited steelbook. This might be sold out, although it seems weird, but the 4K of Sleepy Hollow, which I love Sleepy Hollow. Big fan. And this is Dark City, one of my all-time favorite non-horror films. Although it has some horror elements, I suppose. Dark City is amazing. And this is one of Alex Proyas's early films, Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Cloud. Probably another one I might recommend to you, Hayden. Well, if you haven't seen Dark City, everybody should see Dark City. But Dark City, The Crow. And this is early Alex Proyas. Really good movie. Moving up next. Not a great slasher. Really not, but probably a step above a lot of the stuff David Dakota was doing around this time. Final Stab. Again, not great, but at least this one less dudes in their underwear the whole time. Grab that from Massacre Video. You got a good price on that one. And well, we reviewed this, The Boogeyman. You can check out our review. Gonna move through some of these a little bit faster. Oh, got some good stuff in this pile. The Burning on 4K. So I know there's been a lot of arguing back and forth about the quality. I mean, I will say again, 4K, some of these movies, they're not supposed to look like new movies. And I don't think a lot of people know how to review 4Ks from this era. I think it looks fine. Do you need it? Again, I would say with any Scream Factory 4Ks, wait until you get it on sale at a good price. Because I kind of get the vibes that's about all that they're going to be putting out. Although, then again, they announced Funeral Home, 1980s Funeral Home. So they're not totally done. In Private Parts, they put that out a while back. So there's still some good stuff that they're putting out too. Mondo Macabro, big fan of this one. Witch's Mountain. Got a few releases I still have to pick up from Mondo. Definitely one of my favorite labels. And I'm just a die-hard Spanish horror fan, so always pick all that up. We got My Demon Lover with Scott Valentine, which I think I might have had the last collection update, and I just forgot to grab it for some reason. I know there's some fans of this one in the chat. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Dark City is amazing. Oh, Hayden. All right, put Dark City as number 1 on your to watch list. Legit, one of my favorite films ever of any genre. It is way up there. I love that. Better than The Matrix. Matrix soaked up all the attention at that time. It was The Matrix, Dark City, 13th Floor, all dealing with similar themes. All really good movies, but Dark City is the best. Oh, and Existence too. All right. So from a guy that I interviewed once upon a time, Adrian Garcia Bagliano, we have Black Circle from Synapse Films. Really good director. I probably interviewed Adrian maybe it's probably been over a decade. Yeah, Hayden, I'm surprised you haven't seen Dark City. That should be way at the top of your list. Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. What up? Good to see you. I said I was going to make this at 2 hours. I knew I was going to fail. I had a lot to show off. This movie is fucking batshit. Fucking insane. So I've talked a lot about Anthony Wong on the show before, and these Cat 3 films. Ebola Syndrome, I know a lot of people discovered that through Vinegar Syndrome. And if you love that, you must check out the new release of Taxi Hunter. I won't say a lot about it because I'm sure we'll review it at some point, especially now that the Halloween season is winded down. But you must see Taxi Hunter. That is Flesh Wound Dan approved. Oh, Hayden, When Evil Lurks is amazing. It's too bad you didn't get to watch it right before Halloween because it's perfect. You have a good night, Hayden. Check out When Evil Lurks and check out the director's earlier film, Terrified. So if you have Shudder, yeah, that's a great night at the movies. When Evil Lurks is probably my favorite horror film thus far for the year. Another one. This is kind of a fan film sequel. Zed's Dead. We reviewed it, and it's a Pulp Fiction follow-up from Sean Donahue, who is definitely Flesh Wound approved. I can show the back. Just some booty shorts, no nudity. You can check out our review of this one. I think it's a solo review, so it won't be too hard to find. Yeah, Terrified, not Terrifier. Although you might want to check that out too, Hayden. But no, Terrified. You will have a really good night with those. I'm actually jealous that you get to watch Dark City for the first time. I'm surprised it took you that long to get to it. Being a little extra cautious because some of this is more extreme, so I want to make sure I don't show anything I shouldn't. So probably not going to show the back cover, but I have the Homicidal Maniac double feature. And back's a little bit graphic, but from Sleazebox. And yeah, not Sean Donahue, though. This is actually a different director. Sorry, there's a lot going on that I got to cover up. Another one that's Flesh Wound approved from director Chris Woods. If you like really sleazy shit, American Holocaust. Watch this actually on one of my trips back to LA with Todd. Highly recommended if you have no morals. Yeah, Hayden, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Cliff, you will love Taxi Hunter. Indy bought Zed's Dead based on our review. That's awesome. Let's see. Fuck, I'm in like a pile of titty movies because this one I don't even think I have enough fingers to cover up. So I'm just gonna say another double feature because I just can't show it. There's tits all over it. Horny as Hell for Evil and the Demon Club. And yeah, there's boobs, bloody bush, and I think there might even be there's some fat guy titties on it too. So I don't have enough hands without covering the whole cover, but Horny as Hell for Evil and the Demon Club, another Sleazebox release. Sorry, that's like don't know how else to do it. Oh, here's another nasty, seedy little movie, but I don't think I have to worry about showing up. Chaos AD. You want boobs and you want blood. Chris Woods delivers it. Yeah, actually, I talk about it on Patreon, but there is a Sleazebox title that I am in called Ghoulish Tales. Or at least I know they distributed it at one point. But yeah, can see me die, I think 4 times in that movie. 5 times maybe as different people. Bust out the boobs indeed. All right, we're getting closer to the end. I've got 2 more rows of movies to show off, and we'll start moving through some of them a little faster. All right, so Chris McGibbon and Todd contributed to these 4K releases, and you've seen a lot of unboxings for these. So Night of the Demons 4K, and then we have Night of the Demons 2 Collector's Edition Blu-ray, and Night of the Demons 3 Collector's Edition Blu-ray. It's a lot of Night of the Demons stuff that hopefully we'll get to talk about more down the line. But yeah, I think we'll have some Night of the Demons related content. I think again we thought maybe we were going to do some watch-alongs, but we had content. Like sometimes we had like 4 shows during Halloween and we just didn't get to it. Yeah, they're really good releases. I remember when I was I didn't do anything on the dock or anything. I was just on set for a day, but the Night of the Demons documentary, and at that point I know she's appeared in the Angela dress and costume since then at conventions, but got to hang out with Amelia Kincaid. That was a lot of fun. got to watch some of that shoot, which was really cool. Oh, fantasy booking some more Pulp Fiction stuff. I don't believe that Quentin Tarantino's done, Cliff. I know they're saying last film. I don't believe he's done. I mean, again, he just said film. I mean, he could still do TV stuff, but he's still relatively young. I don't think he's gonna call it quits yet. All right, some more $10 Vinegar Syndrome sale stuff. Got The Midnight Swim. I love it. I'm hoping maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be some more $10 stuff. Pathogen, which this was actually directed by a 12-year-old girl at the time, and it's her name's escaping, Emily Haggins, and yeah, she shot this. Yeah, I think she might have been 15 when she finally put it out, but that's pretty impressive to pull off anything at that age. And she made a whole movie, and not a bad movie. Let's see. What else do we got? We got Limbo, another $10 pickup. Kind of an artsy movie. Tina Kraus, indie fixture again. Seduction Cinema. She was in a bunch of stuff. She was in Titanic 2000. That was another $10 going out of print pickup on their site. All right. So I mentioned some other Alien stuff. I got this during the Kino sale. I believe it was a 1975 TV movie, The UFO Incident with James Earl Jones. Good TV movie. Not maybe not as terrifying as Fire in the Sky or Communion, but well worth watching, especially with all the alien stuff right now. And yeah, I was glad this one was actually on sale because I'd been wanting to pick it up. All right, let's see. Get a bigger pile here to show off. So my Code Red Blu-rays have been dwindling because everybody's been putting out new editions, but I got the Tim Robbins film, Toy Soldiers. Really good movie. There. Also another classic that's definitely Kruger approved. I think this was the Kino sale too, The Land Unknown. Got that on Blu-ray from 1957. And should check. Bear with me a minute. I actually lost my phone, which always sucks. It's here somewhere. It's on the other side of the pile. Sorry, guys. I thought I heard it beeping. All right. So, continuing. Also, I think this was during the sale. I grabbed Martian Chronicles. Of course, I'm a big Ray Bradbury guy, so I had to upgrade this to a proper Blu-ray. Yeah, I know he's not done, but I just can't believe that he's finished making films. I don't know. I'm not totally buying it. Yeah, I've shown off a lot of different movies tonight. It's fairly horror heavy, but no, I've shown off some other stuff too. Paranoiac, continuing to grab. I'm pretty caught up on Hammer on Blu-ray. I think there's maybe only one or two things not out that I still need. And that's a collector's edition. This movie is trash in my memory. I'm almost a little ashamed to own it because it's really bad. But The Birds 2 Land's End. I'm pretty sure it was on part of one of those Vinegar Syndrome sales, and that's why I just said, screw it. Is there any love for The Birds 2? I need to revisit it, but I remember it being like every bit as bad as its reputation. But this one's probably like 15 years or more since I've watched it, so it's been a long time. You never know. Maybe I'll enjoy it. So I know you can grab this at Walmart now. The Steel Book of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I'm kind of excited for the new one. A lot of these UK, really low budget UK stuff, 90% of which is from producer Scott Jeffrey, tend to take themselves a little too seriously. And I kind of feel like this movie's going to change that now. And they're gonna, not that they don't take it seriously, but you're still laughing your ass off. I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh, and, Piglet's got it's like Sex Dungeon Piglet. I'm the type of person that just likes that shit. Isn't there 3 of what? Sorry, I'm talking here. I've been neglecting the chat. Yeah, Birds 2 is, but it's bad by TV movies. No excuse. There's a lot of great horror TV movies. I knew going in it wasn't going to be, the original Birds level, but that was awful. No, 2 Birds movies as of now, thank God. I think Land's End kind of killed it for a long time. Although I do feel like I'm a little surprised they haven't just remade that, to be honest. Another one of the best of, and another lenticular cover. Little may not show up as well. Talk to Me on 4K. I know most of you have seen Talk to Me. I probably should have gotten the limited Amazon edition of that. It was a little more expensive, but I'm sure that one will be more rare. Also on 4K, picked up The Mist, which you might have covered that on Beyond the Void Horror podcast, or may not have been you. I know I saw that in my to-watch list. I love The Mist, man. I love that downbeat ending so much. It's also a great movie to watch in black and white. I remember some people being really, really upset with this movie, but I've always loved it. Oh, Birdemic, yeah. Well, Birdemic is intentionally bad, but still, I'm going to say better quality than The Birds 2 Land's End. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I had it in my to watch list. I haven't I'm like 2 days behind on YouTube videos right now because I got busy again. These collectors, I put my stuff away. I need to just start as I buy it, just placing it in a pile for these updates so I don't have to go and hunt it all down in the library. But also, here's some softcore smut. The Glamour Ghouls collection from Make Flicks, which, college co-eds versus zombie housewives and the paranormal experiments. These are essential titles. You just have to. It's like Citizen Kane. You have to have it in your collection. So I do know. What else do I got here? Almost done, and then we'll have one more row. Another classic from Kino, Conga from 1961. Another that I'm quite sure is Kruger approved. Let's see here, moving through it a little faster. Got the 60s Italian sci-fi film Star Pilot from Raro, one of those companies that I think a lot of people think went defunct, but they're still around. Olive went defunct, though. R.I.P. Olive. You put out some good stuff. You put out the Boogans, so you will forever be remembered. Another Kino sale, Breakout with Charles Bronson. Still need to get Death Wish 4 and 5 on Blu-ray. Not the best Death Wish movies, but I gotta complete that. Some more classic science fiction coming to 4K. It Came from Outer Space. And we need to do more retro sci-fi on this channel. I've been saying it for a while. Continuing on. Another one from the Vinegar Syndrome sale. The Incredible Melting Man in 4K. I think when this came out, I was like, wow, I never thought I'd see some of this on 4K. And then I'm like, you get a Terror at 10 Killer on 4K. That movie is crap. I defy you to find somebody that likes Terror at 10 Killer. I know Shot in Your Neck of the Woods, Ben, but that movie is bad. That movie is, oh my God. There's The Incredible Melting Man. Although I'm going to say Scream 1981 is just about as boring. Later, Indy. Thanks for joining us. Sorry it's cold in China. But better than, I'm sure, Canada. Warmer than Canada. Oh, Dana likes it from Dead Pit, Ben. Does she? Wow. She's been on my social media probably for like 15 years or something. I don't really know her. I would love to ask why. I don't know. I'll check out her stream. Terror at 10 Killer is rough. Fear No Evil, Ritual of Evil, another Kino. These were actually TV movie backdoors. The first one was an attempt to turn it into a series. It didn't happen. Lauren's a big fan of these, and I am as well. Keep going. Grabbed Hannibal on 4K from Kino. Upgraded that one. Also upgraded to 4K Train to Busan, which I don't know what's going on with we're close to the American remake, aren't we? The totally pointless American remake of Train to Busan. That's a great zombie movie, and I don't know. It's just a why to me. Just why. This is a marionette musical black comedy film, the world's first from Troma. Gut Boy, A Bad Time Story. I don't know much about this. I'm not sure if it's like stop motion or if it's just like actual. I guess it is just like puppets. Grab that one. I actually grabbed that used, although it's still sealed. I showed off the new Messiah of Evil release earlier in the stream. Yeah, from Radiance. I'm really excited to dive into that. For a minute, I was like, I've got this on. I got the code red, and I have probably owned that movie like at least 5 other times on different budget multi-movie packs. But yeah, I caved and I grabbed that. I think I showed it off earlier in the stream with all the Gene Roland 4Ks. Also, something I thought I had, I didn't, but I got the Mill Creek Snow White Tale of Terror. At least I didn't have it on Blu-ray with Sigourney Weaver. That's another movie I haven't watched in a long time. It's probably due for a rewatch. Also from Troma, we've got Surf Nazis Must Die. And don't know a lot about this one. I believe it is an Italian horror film from SRS, The Devil Times 2. Looks pretty promising, actually, from the back cover. Looks like a nice little homage to Italian horror. I'm amazed at the amount of nudity on Blu-rays now. More than normal. I feel like I've been having to cover up more than normal. Also from SRS, I know Roni Jonah is in this. I know Jonathan Bombastic Reviews, who just did a movie with her. This is None Dead. Probably not as good as the cover, if we're being honest, but might very well be better than the Nun too. Let's grab that from SRS. Also got Detroit Driller Killer, also from SRS. There are companies sometimes you forget about, but they put out a lot of good stuff. They're a little more pricey, though, if I'm being honest. Some of their stuff is is a little bit higher for what it is, but yeah. It is definitely not as good as Devil Times 5. That is a great film, Chris. Keep going. Somebody was just selling this. Maybe one day we'll get a proper release, but Empty Man. I hope we get an official Blu-ray at some point. What else do we got here? Upgraded Candyman, definitely one of the best horror movies of the 90s, to 4K. Also, one of my all-time favorite films, easy 4K upgrade, Videodrome from Criterion. This was another one I grabbed, I think, on sale, Clockwork Orange on 4K as well. I don't like not including the Blu-ray. I don't like holding on to Blu-rays, so that's kind of a little bit annoying to me, but yeah. I hope Empty Man gets a 4K. I don't know. That's one of those movies that just really kind of got lost in the shuffle. It's, I think, a classic horror movie. I mean, I think Empty Man is one that we'll be talking about 20 years from now. I really think it's that good. I really do. Let's see here. One more, and then we're almost done. Like a half a row. And we do have some DVDs. I take that back. So I subscribed to Full Moon streaming again, and this was what I got for free. Had some of this stuff already, sold it off, but you can see like the Wizard Video style box art there, and zooming in, it's Mania Killer, which is a really unusual film, kind of a genre blender. And then a lot of Jess Franco's, and Panther Squad. And then the rest of it is Jess Franco stuff. Night of the Eagles, Countdown to Esmeralda Bay, and Angel of Death. Some of his war films that he did, and Downtown Heat. A lot of these were lesser known towards getting towards the end of his career, but not the period with Sub Rosa where he was shooting movies in his like house, basically. I know God, he was casting Mark Hamill, Christopher Lee at that time. Looking forward to diving into that set. Let's see, finish out these. And picked up Chucky season 2, which I know I've bitched a lot about Chucky, but the last couple episodes have been really entertaining. When they're not focused on the two kids, it's like it can be very entertaining at times, but more Fiona Dourif, less of the kids. Also from Make Flicks, pick this up. There's actually a lot of history behind this, so might talk about it at some point, but reunites a lot of, it's actually a TV show, an episode that reunites some of the horror legends, and it's so you can tell from the back, kind of a comedic episode. Might talk about that. That was another one I meant to do for Halloween, but I just didn't get to it. This was a cheap Amazon Blu-ray. It's a creature feature called Shortcut. I believe they're trapped on, what was it, a gondola? Or no, it's a bus. Yeah, they're trapped on a bus, and it had some decent buzz behind it. And again, it might be a BDR, but at least it doesn't have Blu-ray disc, printed at the top. Going through some of these fast because I don't know anything about them. El Dorado City of Gold. That was Dollar Tree, I believe. Clown themed slasher, Homecoming Massacre. I think that was like a $3 Amazon thing. Norman, sci-fi film. This was another Dollar Tree pickup. I know it's a time travel themed movie. Ben Grimm, I watched Shortcut. It's a kiddie movie, like a little more adult Goosebumps. Okay, that's not a bad thing. It's a cool premise. So the Tortured Soul trilogy from Saturn's Core. Saturn's Core really does a good job with their releases. They're stacked with extras, and they're putting out some really interesting SOV or SOV adjacent stuff themselves, and deserve a lot of credit. Another one that I got from Jason Impey, who I had a random conversation with him on Facebook years ago. Really cool guy when I was having some trouble with some of the movie stuff I was involved in. He actually talked to me. Really cool guy. Tortured. Dark Side is a company, a lot of low budget UK themed horror and exploitation. But if you look once in a while, I mean, there's a lot they put out that's not great, but if you look once in a while, there'll be a random sale that even BluRay.com doesn't have, and you might have like a $5 or less Blu-ray from them. So if there's anything that catches your eye, keep your eye out, because it will probably be really cheap at some point. So we'll never get, probably, or not anytime soon, the glory days of the 80s, 90s, early and into the 2000s sex comedy. But this movie was funny. No hard feelings. It was funny enough for me to grab it. Walmart impulse buy. I thought Jennifer Lawrence was good. It's not really a return to form of the classic sex comedy, but nonetheless, I did enjoy that one. My Walmart has sucked lately. They've been not putting stuff out when they should. So when they do, I almost am more likely to buy it because I'm just... Oh, let's see. Right. Oh, nice, Brian. Yeah, it's fun. I'd seen the episode before. I'm not really familiar with the show so much, but I had heard about that episode a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a um, really cool premise." Also, I believe this is it Peaches Christ. Another $10 random pickup from Vinegar Syndrome. Shit and champagne. $10 was probably right for this. I don't know a whole lot about it. I want to say, think it's Peaches Christ that directed, but maybe not. Uh, Honestly, that's like the worst thing for Vinegar Syndrome to do for me because it like $10 for boutique label stuff now. That's as close to a steal as you're gonna get. So I think I bought like just about everything that was at $10 that I didn't have. But that $10 unfortunately adds up. So that's how they get you. Also grabbed from Vinegar Syndrome uh, Assholes. It's a comedy. Assholes. Don't know much about it, but looks like a classy film. And all right. Getting to the end. I believe all of these are $10 sale stuff. Quiet City and Dance Party USA. These are like mumblecore type flicks, if I remember right. I feel like I saw. Pretty sure I feel like I saw maybe Dance Party USA, but just on the back cover right there, which isn't showing up well because it's a white slip. Also, this is a 70s Bruce Dern comedy, Smile. I don't think I've ever seen it actually, so which is rare. So pick that up. I think it's like centered on like pageants or something. Also grabbed the 80s comedy with Karen Black and Martin Mull, Bad Manners from the Kino sale. One I haven't watched in a long time. Another comedy from Vinegar Syndrome, Donnie's Bar Mitzvah. This one I did see, actually. I thought it was pretty funny. But I didn't own the Blu-ray. I know Todd's a big fan of that one. Another one I really liked. Struggling to remember the follow-up movie they did, and I just saw it in LA with Todd. But Shiva Baby is really good. Really, really funny movie. She did that movie. It was in theaters. I've already forgotten the name. It wasn't nearly as good as Shiva Baby. But really funny film. Speaking of really funny films, got Euro Trip on Blu-ray. Michelle Trachtenberg never looked better. Continuing along. Canadian film from the 60s, I want to say mid-60s. The Ernie Game. Also from that sale. I left like some of the least exciting stuff for last, I think, but all right. Last handful of Blu-rays, then I'll blow through some of the DVDs real quick, which is not a lot. Beirut, which is a political thriller, I believe. Another Dollar Tree pickup, Locusts, which actually looked kind of interesting. Kind of a crime film. For $1, that looks like it might be promising. The Last Train with Lou Diamond Phillips, another Dollar Tree dollar pickup. If it's a Blu-ray I don't have, I tend to grab it. If it's really awful or something, you know, least you got a Blu-ray case, which are getting pricier. Little Kingdom, another war film from Echo Bridge. As you know, you see a lot of that at Dollar Tree. Another, I've heard good things about this one. Her Smell, which is Elizabeth Moss, and I've heard some really good things about this movie. It's actually, they put a lot into it, a lot of different cover art with this. I'm not sure if she's playing a real, I know it's like a punk rock thing, and I don't think it's based on it like a real person or anything, but it looked really good. This one I'm going to try and check out sometime during the holiday season, now that Halloween's over. Yeah, I think Locust is Australian. British Crumpet Man, is this your pickups just for the month of October? No, I don't think I've done an update video in at least a couple months. Well, you can see when the last Hatman was, and that's like my pickups since then. So this movie is extra disturbing. It's a drama. Asia Argento's in it. Marilyn Manson, Michael Pitt, Peter Fonda. Jeremy Renner, I believe, is in it too. The heart is deceitful above all things. The heart is deceitful above all things. It's a really good movie. Tackles some pretty disturbing shit. Definite trigger warnings for this one. But what's interesting about it, Asia Argento, of course, she was a big part of that the early like Me Too movement, and she got canceled herself, or partially canceled, because the actor that plays her son in this had, I guess, claimed allegedly that they had a relationship when he was still younger. Not this young. I think he was like 17 or something, but it was kind of ironic because she plays his mom in this movie. So it's kind of an extra weird movie to watch knowing that. So you can kind of look into it. It makes it interesting. Like I said, it's a good one. It's very downbeat, as you would expect, but nonetheless a really good movie. And also weird because Marilyn Manson's in it, and he was kind of sort of canceled too. What do we got here next? One that I waited for, Greg Araki. Better check. The Doom Generation finally hitting Blu-ray. This is one I've been waiting for quite some time. Finally was able to retire my DVD copy that was out of print. And 3 more Blu-rays, and then I'm going to roll through the small stack of DVDs. Anthem Body Saints. I think I saw this way back, and this was actually really good. Ben Foster's great. Casey Affleck was also in this one. I think this was a second in Charles pickup. Also, Joyride, recently in theaters, another comedy, which was pretty good. Then we have The Machine, which is okay. Mark Hamill was funny. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Let's see. Yeah, Doom Generation. I'm looking forward to watching that one again. It's been a little while. Besides horror or thriller, what's your favorite genre? That's tough. I mean, I'm a film fan in general. Obviously, horror is tops, as you can tell, but I don't think I could pick a favorite genre, really. I can tell you stuff that I don't love as much. I'm not a big fan. Yeah, absolutely, Ben. That'd be number 2. I'm not a big fan of motivational sports films. I'm a little burned out on those. I mean, I obviously I liked Rocky well enough growing up, but I'm not a big like sports movie guy. Not a big sports movie guy. I don't. What else don't I like? Let's see. Um, it's easier to just tell you what I hate because I really am just a film fan in general. Uh, so obviously, there's a lot of great war movies. I like war movies. I do go through some periods where I get a little burnt out though on war movies. Um, so but I can't count that as a dislike. I mean, I love Full Metal Jacket, Das Boot, all the Saving Private Ryan, all the great war movies. But I have to be in a specific mood. Like right now, obviously, what's going on in the world. It's like, I'm less inclined to sit through like a 3-hour war epic because even for somebody like me, that can get a little bit depressing. So there you go. I hope that helped you. Obviously, I'm a big fan of just everything. Which, speaking of which, Oscar season's starting up soon. We watch all the Oscar movies. Slapshot's a good movie clip. I mean, again, I don't know. Like Todd asked, I think, if I was going to go see that new Taika Waititi film about the Samoan soccer players, I believe it was, or something. And I'm just like, I don't know. Especially football movies. I feel like you watch one like motivational football movie, you have seen them fucking all. So there you go. There's at least something I hate. Next Goal Wins. There you go. That was actually that secret movie for AMC. And I booked that. So I would have seen that, but like I hurt my back taking down Halloween, and I just was not in the mood to go. I'm glad it wasn't a horror film. Ben, I love a good Western too. So it's weird. I love spaghetti Westerns. My dad was the type though, like he would watch John Wayne stuff on a loop. So it's not that I hate it, but like I have a sort of a block with that kind of Western. So I do like romantic comedies. I do. I that's about it. Yeah. I love dark comedies because movies in general aren't as comedies have definitely declined. I'm not going to give you the top 5 right now, but I'll tell you what, Ben. Wednesday, if I have time to think about it, I will give you 5 romantic comedies that I love on Wednesday's show just for you. Strike Commando is amazing. Yeah. Like I said, I'm more serious war movies. Like right now, if somebody asked me, like, hey, do you want to watch, Hamburger Hill or something like that? No. Like, I mean, and again, that's just more of it's depressing going on in the world. Very Bad Things is one of my favorite dark comedies for sure. British Crumpet Man. One of my favorite comedies of all time is Hamlet 2. Not really a dark comedy per se, but Hamlet 2. I love that movie. I shout its praises to the rooftops with everybody. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I don't want to oversell it. It's not going to be as funny to everybody. Comedy's very subjective, but I fucking love that movie. Nice. I don't mind a romantic comedy. I really don't. There's a lot of sex comedies that are effectively romantic comedies. All right. All right. Going to roll through these quick. In fact, I'm just going to say the titles because most of these are known movies that I just got for like $1 or $2 at Second and Charles or whatever. I got The Hookup, which just got a sequel, actually. This is based on the killer Dennis Nilsen. Dez with David Tennant, who's plays a great villain too. I mean, I'm a Doctor Who guy, but he's somebody that can play a great villain. Also, Enhanced, don't know much about it. Sci-fi action thing. Payback, Brothers by Blood. I think that was Dollar Tree. Quick, which is a if you're gay, he for Fahey, which will be a shirt. Todd's committed to it. He is in this one. Quick, it's an action movie with Terry Polo. Also got this is I think it's a mini series. My Boy Jack, Daniel Radcliffe's in it, but Kim Cattrall caught my eye. So, and that's war themed. So there you go. Brian, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out on this once again. Don't know a lot about this movie. I just know it's called The Gymnast, and it is about lesbians. So there you go. That's the gist of that one. Grabbed The Butcher. I think this might have actually have been in that last mystery pack that I bought of a bunch of used stuff. The Sea, which I do want to watch. This one actually looks pretty good. Diva, which I think is like a crime film or something. I know it's about like hitmen or something. It's like a 90s movie, if I remember right. Mega Ape from Wild Eye. Got a Squatch movie, Hunting the Legend, that I thought I had, but I did not when I checked my list. Yeah, lesbian gymnasts, Ben. You can't go wrong. That's all you need to know. More Dollar Tree stuff. Colette. We got An American Affair with the beautiful and underrated Gretchen Mol. The Corrupted. A Private War. Body Brokers with the always busy Frank Grillo, who's in everything these days. Across the Line, which I know Gina Gershon, Mario Van Peebles, Luke Goss, Andy Garcia. Good cast. And the final 5 or 6 here. Got The Big Ugly, which actually that was one of the movies during lockdown that got like a theatrical release that wasn't even, that was like right during the heart of lockdown too. I don't remember. I actually saw this in the theater. It's still towards the end of the sex comedy era. I don't remember this one being great, but I'm nostalgic for all sex comedies these days. Didn't get the Criterion edition of this one, but DVD will have to do for Wieners with Jenny McCarthy and Kenan Thompson and Daryl Hammond. There you go, Wieners. And final 3, National Lampoon's Pucked, which I think I do have this on a set somewhere. This one's technically a sports movie. I think it's also kind of a sex comedy. I don't know. Bon Jovi's in it. This one, Frat Party with Jessie Jane, who I've met many times at the AVNs. She's a lot of fun. That's a mainstream movie, though. And last but not least, another sex comedy, Hollywood Sex Wars. So that's it. And I'm going to text Todd because I forgot. He's probably not watching. Hold on 1 minute. All right. So let's check the chat here while we wait. I think I said good night to you, Brian. Thanks for listening. Oh, Jessie Jane is from Ben's neck of the woods. She used to come into your Best Buy. Well, that's cool. Todd used to... I keep forgetting who it was. Todd used to like go to a pool that an adult film star frequented. Just a pool. We'll ask him when he comes on. I can't remember the pool story. I used to go to the AVN Expo in Vegas, so I've met quite a few adult film stars. If they came along in the last, probably like 7 years now, not necessarily, but Jesse Jane was always really cool. I actually have I think it was called Code of Honor poster that I got from her at the AVNs in my library. Jesse Jane got more love than 50 Cent. I would think 50 Cent is famous enough to kind of get mobbed by fans. I've had some random run-ins with celebrities. I've told the Justin Timberlake story, which he can suck a fucking dick. And what are some other? I mean, I'm not talking conventions, obviously, but I was in an elevator in Vegas with Jeffrey Tambor, another guy that got canceled.
They got canceled.
Tambor got canceled. I can't even remember what everybody did, but I know he's on the canceled list. So who did you used to spy on at the pool?
I didn't spy on anyone at the pool. I hate when you tell other people's stories.
I remember you sat like up on something and like watched somebody in a pool. That is the story. I'm not making it up.
Yes, but no, my friend lived in the same apartment complex as future porn star because we went to school with her.
Mm-hmm.
Aria Giovanni. Well, that's her porn name. Obviously, Cindy Petro, I think was her shoot name. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, we were at the top level of the apartments looking down while she was like laying out by the pool, not knowing she was a future porn star. But I get it.
While you were keeping lookout, Caesar was installing the cameras in the apartment. But that's okay. You don't have to. That's cool. That's
good. Caesar, but go for it. Oh shit! I forgot I had my shit from earlier.
Yeah, I was just telling them random celebrity encounters. Sorry, my dog knocked over something. Yeah, I think I can't remember if it was. I keep forgetting if it was Planet Hollywood or Hard Rock. It doesn't matter, but fucking Justin Timberlake coming in with his entourage and then me not getting my fucking appetizer.
Oh God, I forgot about your Timberlake. You got
yes, and he got it. He was in after me, and he got his food before.
I'm so glad.
That fucking piece of shit.
I'm sure he's there eating his fucking appetizers, laughing and dead.
And this was much
Georgia
after.
over
there. I've had forever heat with him too, because I was so fucking hungry, and all the waitresses, even the fucking pussy ass waiters, were like just like over there taking pictures and everything. And I still have heat with Justin Timberlake. I do, dude. I waited. I want to say that was I don't remember where I was. I think it might have been Denver or something. I don't know.
I don't know why I thought it was Vegas.
It could have even been Vegas. I'm getting old. Some of these stories I can't remember exactly where, but went to school with Sean Hattasy. Okay, that's cool. He doesn't get mentioned enough. He's a good actor.
Oh yeah.
Todd went to school with Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also along with Cindy Petro. They were both in my Aria Giovanni. We were all in the same class.
Have you really looked into, because of course, being where you're at, you probably a lot of famous or semi-famous people.
Other than those, and fucking and Gwen Stefani and No Doubt.
Oh, Gwen Stefani's a big one. She's a big one.
That's where their first album's called Tragic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Did you write any songs about you, Todd?
No. She went to a different school and was a few years ahead of me.
Oh, okay. There you go. God, Gwen Stefani's getting fucking old. She's older than you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think she's got to be 50 then, maybe 51.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's a few years. Yeah.
Now I'm curious. God, but
Damn.
I can't spell that shit right now.
I don't know that I really went to school with anybody famous, although I haven't done the homework to kind of go back and look. I knew
54. God damn.
She is? Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't think.
Yeah, she was born in 69. Okay.
So she was significantly. I take that back. I mean, she would have been what, 30 during that kind of late 90s boom. So up in the 90s for a while.
20s.
Oh man.
What was who's the other? Oh, the director. Justin Lim.
Oh, nice.
A Better Tomorrow. And then I went with this first with all the Fast and the Furious movies and all that other shit.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he was
Tiger. You said Tiger Woods was an asshole, right?
No, we just hated him. Everyone was a dick to him. I mean, he came off like, yeah, I'm better than y'all, so that didn't go well over here.
You never like shoved him into a locker or anything?
We didn't have lockers by the time there was any shoving, so
you didn't like just throw his golf club.
I won't say any milk or anything thrown. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Bullying Tiger Woods coming to the Patreon. how Todd turned Tiger Woods into an asshole. Yeah, I don't know. There's some football people like Ryan Leaf. Wasn't he a thing? I don't know.
No, I just the bananas is about side or whatever I don't know. Lean on me. Todd lived in that Lean on Me high school.
Yeah, I wish I don't have too many school stories.
It was more like Stand and Deliver, but come on.
I have a lot of funny school stories that maybe we can tell on Patreon sometime, but not really celebrity oriented.
I'm not looking forward to my travels.
There was some weatherman, I think, or meteorologist. I don't know. He was like semi-famous that like visited our school once, and I think he might have killed someone. I don't know. Like something weird later on or something, but yeah.
Cedric Yarborough, is that his name? The black cop on Reno 911. He used to come to the BBW club.
I want to hit this club you've talked about a lot. So
no, it's long gone. We can't go to that.
Oh, that's the defunct one. Okay.
Yes.
We got to really like cross up. There's a couple things we never do when we're down in California. Although we did quite a bit of it last time. But
Ben Grimm had Danny Glover and Bill Clinton at his school. They talked at his school.
Nice. We had the Harlem Globetrotters come once.
Was it February?
I don't remember. We had them. We had some guy.
Oh, they had Mrs. Fields, the cookie woman.
Oh, nice. We had like some guy that like climbed Everest and I don't know, did like a lot of yeah, I don't know. We didn't really get celebrities so much that I remember. Although I do remember him getting like kind of annoyed because everybody kept asking if he had like eaten anybody on his expedition, and he actually seemed unusually mad about that joke for some reason.
I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if anyone else will. This may just be like a random thing, but in my elementary school, there was like they'd come to your school like every once in a while, and it was like a performing. I don't even know what the hell it was. It was so 80s. It's hard to describe. I remember their name was Janet and Judy, and they were like exercise people. And they came and aerobicized and danced and sang songs. And then you could buy their little audio cassette.
Everybody just had a giant stiffy they were trying to hide with their books.
It was, I don't know. It's like such an 80s thing. I don't know anyone else has anything similar. Like, if I had those tapes, we'd totally listen to them.
That does sound pretty cool.
It,
Yeah,
it
you
was,
probably had more into because I didn't go to school in California, so I don't have the Saved by the Bell experience.
yeah. Well, I was elementary. It was before Stand and Deliver, but
I just
yeah,
kind of picture like school and like I associate it with Saved by the Bell. That's just what it looked like. That's what it was like. I'm sure there was a lot more like beatings and stabbings and shit, but I like to just think Saved by the Bell.
you just want. I'm just hanging out with Zach and Kelly.
Zach and Kelly. I need
Screech has long been murdered.
Can you imagine if they just did like a modern? Well, I know they brought back Saved by the Bell, but if you just did like a modern reboot where it's just like nothing is like bright and neon anymore, everything's awful,
Like the dark, depressing reboot.
Mr. Belding is like addicted to fentanyl.
For Screech, they just use his actual life story.
Yeah.
They don't have to change a thing.
Screech is just walking around with his sex tape. If one more of you motherfuckers try and sell bootlegs of this on school grounds, I will suspend you. Oh man. We did have some good cafeterias, Ben. I remember Washington State, we had one. I don't remember the school off the top of my head. I was only there for like 6 months, but they had like a salad bar that was like a proper salad bar. It had like a lot of stuff. We had tacos, taco options too. And
did they have jalapenos?
Jalapenos, Todd. Of course they did. Proper Washington State jalapenos.
Don't you gonna kill me?
You're laughing and I say it right, but that's okay.
God damn it.
It's 2 a.m. for me, Todd. It's like still prime.
I was already like ready for bed. I was like, Dad's still talking. Of course he is.
Well, I won't keep you.
It's at least 3 hours later. Like I always say, it's gonna be 3 hours.
I said it depends on the chat. We had a chat. It wasn't an active chat at the beginning. The chat picked up steam. So
because I left. So they're like, all right, we'll talk now.
Yeah. All right. So we'll call it there. We are going to be back here. Do we have a show before Wednesday?
No.
Like
a live show? No.
Yeah.
We might.
No.
Shit depends. Yeah, maybe. Keep.
Well, hit that notification bell and you'll know.
Check tomorrow. Yes. I think so.
Yes. Notification bell and hit that thumb and you'll always know. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So we appreciate it. So yes, Wednesday live. I know we're going to have It's a Wonderful Knife, which I am waking up and going to tomorrow to the first showing of that one. And we've got a lot. We got the new David Fincher movie we're doing, Megalomaniac. We got a lot of cool stuff. The link's actually up now if you want to check that out. So join us live Wednesday. We got more Black Emmanuel dropping soon, some After Dark, and yeah. On that note, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for staying up with us, and good night for now.
Good night.